The 49ers placed tight end George Kittle on injured reserve with his bad hamstring, so he'll miss at least 4 games. San Francisco waived kicker Jake Moody and signed kicker Eddie Pinheiro. Moody was drafted in the 3rd round 2 years ago. He was 11 of his last 20 on field goals. Wide receiver Juwan Jennings of the 49ers is day-to-day with a shoulder injury. His scans came back clean. The team signed wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. San Francisco's at New Orleans on Sunday. The league will not suspend Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter further for spitting. Having already missed the opener, he forfeits 1 game check. The NFL counts being thrown out before playing as a 1-game suspension. The Steelers signed safety Jabril Peppers. Deshaun Elliott is out with an MCL strain. The Bulls re-signed guard Josh Giddey to a 4-year deal worth $100 million. Cubs outfielder Kyle Tucker was finally placed on the IL with a strained calf. Cubs at Atlanta tonight. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my goodness. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3.
Thank you,
not
LeBron.
4.
That's right. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, or SiriusXM Channel 83.
Wow.
And don't forget live.
That's right.
We'll do it live.
On YouTube, huh?
Do it live.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
No doubt about it. Say my name,
Rob Parker.
Say his name,
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the odd couple on this Trash Talkin' Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington.
Woo-hoo!
And you will need our phone number. We are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake.
Yeah, snoozing doesn't count. Like, let the record show.
3 o'clock in the morning and you got one eye open. That just doesn't count.
Left it rolling.
That's right. That's right. Write it down. Committed to memory. 877-99 on Fox. Or for you laymen, 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on your line, it's all your fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
That's right. With that said, always remember.
Sweetie Beanie.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's go. A big show. And let me welcome in my co-host. He is
Kelvin
Washington.
That's right. What up, man?
What's
Trash
happening?
Talking Tuesday. Shout out to YouTube checking in. Elijah said it went well on our debut. Guess who? You know what? Guess who? Unintentionally ran into the debut. Well, no, it was so good it was a debut.
Okay.
Day-butt.
When it's bad, yeah.
Yeah,
Day-butt.
Yeah. Guess who caught our debut?
Who's that?
Mama Dub, my mama.
Your mother was
on
watching?
accident. She was, she listened to the show, her and my stepfather, and she was like, I want to, catch up with my son. And she saw something on YouTube. She didn't know what it was. She thought it would be just like our normal podcast. Clicked on it and said, "Baby, they live, baby." He go, "Oh, let me see." And so shout out to my mama Dub and Wade. They were watching us live all the way in Detroit.
And I can just imagine your mom saying, "My goodness, your co-host is a handsome-looking man, isn't he?"
Yeah, I didn't get that
No,
call.
you didn't get that?
No, that's not the call I got.
I just thought mom would be watching at home, get a little warm and fuzzy, saying like, hey, you know what? I've heard the voice, but now to match it up, I'm a woman.
I think seeing you was like a cold shower. I think she was all right then.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She actually called me. The more she saw, was like, "I just let you know, I pray for you daily that you put up with him, and
that's right.
we send an extra few prayers up for you every night."
I already know between your wife and your mom and your family, like. That dude is a raging lunatic. Does he have an alcohol problem?
No, my wife just waited for you to come to church with us once.
I already know that.
I told you her thing. Oh, you guys had to get show. or the next time, I wasn't listening. Why? Y'all yelling at each other.
Y'all yelling at each other too much. All right, I get it.
So, well, baby, you might not listen today, baby.
That's right. You might not.
Elijah, locked and loaded.
It's
Trash
all
Talking
good.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Never heard of them.
All right. Yes. And be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. We just talked about it so that you can watch us live on YouTube right now. That's right. We're simulcast right now on YouTube with video of the two of us. Just go to youtube.com/@oddcouplefsr, or if you're already within the thumbs up icon, I should say, or you could just search Odd Couple, I should say, FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And don't stop there. They can give us some reviews, likes, all that kind of stuff, some comments, and let us know which one of us had the better takes.
Yeah, boy.
We already know that.
Rob Parker.
There you go. Alex, you are my man.
Telling you,
Alex, what size you wear, Jordans?
Hold on.
Large.
12? Okay. Oh, large.
settle
I said.
down.
Got bigger.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my.
Suns out, buns out.
Yeah,
All
y'all
right.
can have that relationship.
Just search. That's all right. We're comfortable with our manhood that two guys can have
Right?
a relationship
Thank you, Rob.
and be friends.
That's y'all
I'm
have
such a fan of you, Rob.
There you
Yeah.
go.
K-Dot's okay.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
Y'all have it.
It's all right. All right, subscribe. Just search Odd Couple FSR. All right, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer. Alex is our engineer. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk. He'll keep us
Steve.
updated. And, of course,
Never heard of them.
Elijah.
Who is it?
Elijah.
Who?
It might go from never heard of and never seen him, even though he's 10 feet away from us.
I know.
Who?
Our social media guru, one of the best in the business.
I can like he's Spike Lee the way he's directing this YouTube. Look
And
at
don't
you.
forget, Trash Talking Tuesdays, hour number 2, your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. Rob G, let's kick off the show. The Bears, first half, okay, looked like they might be rolling to a victory, and then the rains came, everything turned around, and there it was, the Minnesota Vikings, who looked dead on arrival, come back, win the game, and beat the Bears. And there's a lot of conversation about Caleb, who started hot, got cold, scored a touchdown late, not enough. And, of course, there were other things and factors in the game, Rob G. It was a mishmash for the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, you set the table there yourself, Robert. You don't even need me. I mean,
I was sitting there like,
come in and bring
there
the
you
bread,
go.
I guess.
I need you because you do it better than me.
But you already set the table,
You did.
but it's okay.
Actually, I was going to say that was one of your better table
I
setting moments.
don't set tables.
I don't even know who you. Oh, see now he brought you down, Rob G.
That's
got to be racist.
And YouTube seen it. They seen it.
I didn't mean it like that, Alex. I meant I'm the hot take
Stuttering
guy.
Stanley is who you are.
I'm the hot take guy. I'm not the setup guy.
Well, to your point, Rob, Caleb Williams got off to a scintillating start during our show. He started out 10 for 10, had a touchdown.
What is this, a replay? I thought I just heard this.
In the first half,
I didn't say
13
10
of
for 10.
16 passing. It was all looking good. They got a pick 6 there in the third quarter. But after halftime, it was all downhill for Caleb Williams. He finished the second half 8 of 19. He had an NFL worst off-target rate of 29.4% in week 1, which means about 30% of his passes were off target. Again, but he was not the only problem, as you mentioned. Ben Johnson had a series of blunders, most notably at the very end of the game. They're trying to come back and make something out of nothing there at the end. And rather than order a kickoff either out of bounds, into the end zone for a touchback, or even an onside kick, he kicks it only about 2-3 yards into the end zone. And Kevin O'Connell, as smart as he is, has his returner pause for a second, burn just enough time to advance past the 2-minute warning, then return it out, which means that the Chicago Bears lost about 40 seconds worth of game time.
It's a huge play
by not doing that.
It's a huge play. And there we go. Caleb Williams, good start, bad finish. Just a C day for me. Didn't play that well. But there were other issues, including Santos, their kicker. When I look at this, Ben Johnson, a rookie head coach, you got to make sure that everybody understands this. You know, like the end of the games, we see it over and over. Where coaches get out coached or don't know what they're doing, clock management. How many times have we seen that? But the Santos one is the one that bothers me even more because he botched it. There was 2 things. He missed a 50-yard field goal, right? And the bad part is that would have given the Bears a 14-point lead. Instead, remember with the miss, the Vikings got the ball on the 40-yard line. So it's not just the miss of the 3 points. You're giving them great field position, which, of course, they cashed in and scored a touchdown 6 plays later. So there's 3 things there. Miss field goal, guys are going to miss field goals. I'm not saying he's got to make everyone. 50 nowadays is very makeable. People are making what looks like could be 65, 70 with regularity. So he misses a 50-yarder, bad. And then, they get the ball on the 40, able to score a touchdown, changes the game like overnight. And then you got to kick the ball out of the end zone, right? You can't. Can't be a return. 40 seconds is a lot of time in the NFL. It's the you saw at the end of the half where the Vikings were able to go. What they have, 25 seconds, 23 seconds, and they got 3 points out of it. It's a lot of time.
We saw the Bills do that to the Ravens.
Am I right? Yeah, there's a lot of time. That's like, and we saw the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Bills with 13 seconds to go. 13. You think, there's no time. That's plenty of time. So those 40 seconds lost. So it was a Bears loss all over the board. I just can't pin this on Caleb. Should he play better? Absolutely. He started off great, but he didn't play well all the way through. But the kicking game, the inexperienced head coach had a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, it was a tale of 2 halves for two teams. I'll start with the Bears because I think that's where obviously this goes because they were up. One of the things that happened in real time, you and I were sitting here, I said it on the air, and then even when we were chatting, was the Bears had to get more points. I said it on the air. I said, looks like they're dominating this first half. The Vikings looked dead. They couldn't move the ball. They had 40, 50 yards. And then you had Caleb Williams already with $170. And at that point in time, they had like 10 points. Might have even been 7 at the point in time. And so I said, you got to come away with more points. You got to come away. And that's not a field goal. That needs to be a touchdown. Or that punt needs to have been a field goal. You got to get points. They weren't able to do that because then what happens is you go into a second half. And if you're the Vikings, you say, well, shoot, we played horribly. We played as bad as we could play. JJ McCarthy looked bad. Defense, you were letting Caleb carve us up. And yet we're still in this game. And that's the reason why you wanted to take full advantage of that first half if you're the Bears, and they didn't. And then you get a completely reversal between quarterbacks and also coaches as well. Caleb Williams, the issue with him was the fact that he was so off target. 30% of his passes were off target. 32 quarterbacks started in the NFL. He can't be last. You can't be last. You can be 20th. You can be 15th. You can't be last when it comes to your targets, how off target he was. That's obviously going to be an issue. He has to handle the blitz more. Brian Flores was playing chess, not checkers. Brian Flores said, all right, first half, let you dink and dunk, let you get some nice passes. All right, I think he was 13 for 15. All right, cool. Second half, chess match, and he blitzed them on, I believe it was 44% of his passes. So he went from 29% getting blitzed to 44%, and you see Caleb was rattled, and he couldn't handle it. And that was why he had such a bad second half. Also, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson forgot he has multiple things to think about. You're not just the offensive coordinator. You're also the coach that is overseeing the defense, the offense, the special teams. And you can tell he's not used to the overarching yet, where you're the head coach, not just worried about Caleb Williams, not just mad at Caleb Williams for his bad pass, not just mad because they didn't do this. Dude, we need to worry about also what we could game plan is defensively, what we're going to do with the special teams, as you mentioned. So overall, I think it was 2 tails of a half. Kevin O'Connell has now been a coach for several years, head coach, comfortable, knew what he was doing, knew he could get the best out of JJ McCarthy in the second half. Brian Flores, who has played Ben Johnson plenty of times, Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for Lions. Brian Flores over there, of course, with the Vikings.
But I think you've left out one part, too.
What?
The Bears were heavily penalized. 12 penalties for 100 No, but you didn't say that, though.
I was getting to it.
Okay,
120. Last point, I wrote it down. You're
not going to win a game when you get 127 penalty yards.
And that goes
That's coaching. That's coaching.
And that goes to, I believe, some of the issues we saw in the offseason with the penalties. You have Ben Johnson was upset at the offense. Remember, he pulled them off, completely pulled the first stringers off the field. One of the things he's mentioned, we got to be better in timing. They had 4 false starts.
Yeah, but they also had holdings that stopped drives and plays.
But you can't have false starts. You can't have when you're trying to produce points, and that's what to me ultimately led to them.
You can't have 127 yards in penalties. You're just not going to win when you do that. And especially, it wasn't like they turned the ball over, right? Like, that's the other part. So there was a lot of stuff.
And they gave, you mentioned they got 7 points from the pick six.
A lot of stuff that went on. Well, that's just part of football.
No, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you would want to take advantage of the fact that we got 6. The other team gave us 6, 7
Well, that's
points.
just a part of the game. The
yeah.
other thing, too, is what's shocking is you're a Michigan fan, and you had no scouting report on JJ McCarthy. You thought he couldn't throw. Well,
No.
Did you change your mind?
No. I'll stand by what I said. I was shocked they went to 10th. That's what all I said here. Myself, Martin Weiss, who went to Michigan.
But you said that you didn't. You
So
don't
he
know him as a
wasn't
thrower.
known as a passer. He was
Right.
known as a great game manager, a winner. The team's won his last couple years. They won a national championship. So folks like myself who saw his snaps were shocked for him to go to 10th.
I saw people jump on him in the first half because of that.
Oh, there were some people who jumped.
Okay.
Some big people.
Yeah, they jumped on him. And I'm just saying, to me, and what did I say to you? I can't evaluate him as a passer because he didn't pass a lot in college.
Right.
That doesn't mean he can't pass. That's the offense that
And that's-
Harbaugh ran.
that's why
And
the
that's why,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's all I was saying to you is I can't do that. I can't say he's not a passer yet because I just haven't seen enough body of work to say he's a good passer or not.
My shock was that he went to 10th because he didn't have to be
Well, he won a
such
national
prolific
championship,
passer.
too.
But the overall last point for me is I want to see Caleb Williams make some things happen when it matters because he didn't have to do it in college. The team didn't win a bunch. The year he won the Heisman, they didn't win a bunch the second year. USC was expected to do great things those 2 years he was there. They
Did
didn't.
you see the defense on that team?
And then
on
with the
USC?
I did.
They were awful.
And I still want more from Caleb Williams.
They were awful.
And I want a much better second half from Caleb
Let's
Williams.
go take a look at what
Absolutely.
they gave up in that. They had no defense his second year.
It's okay.
Awful.
I need more out of you, Caleb.
No,
in
I'm
that
just
second half,
saying that team collapsed defensively. USC.
But what I'm saying is for him to be the talent, I haven't got the results. Individually, I got the Heisman, but as a collective, I have not gotten the results for all the hype and the talent that I've had now for 3 years of Caleb Williams.
Okay.
2 at USC, 1 with the Bears.
But
and now,
Shador did great because he didn't have an offensive line.
Well, I'm sorry. Where did Shador come
I'm just
from?
asking.
Where?
Okay.
Where did Shador?
Because you said Shador didn't have anything
Shador
offensive
at home,
line
minding
and
his
all that.
business,
No,
trying to battle to not be QB3.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Who deserves to share the blame here for the Bears debacle last night? Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, or Cairo Santos, the kicker? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Right here on Fox Sports Radio and on YouTube Live. YouTube.
We'll do it live.
Thank you, Bill. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Unless you're a Caleb Williams apologist in the US of A.
Who's that? If I was ownership of the Baltimore Ravens last night, I would have fired John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh should be fired as coach of the Baltimore Ravens. This happens, Kelvin, way too often with the talent that they have. Rob G just told you 17 times they've given up double-digit leads in the second. 17. I get it. He won a Super Bowl. It doesn't mean you're a pope or a Supreme Court justice and you get to have your job forever because you won a Super Bowl. Starting to remind me of Mike McCarthy with the Packers. They won a Super Bowl. Disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. One day you wake up and Aaron Rodgers hasn't won in 10 years. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. Stop giving Harbaugh a pass. Do you remember the playoff game in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs where they had some game plan where Lamar threw the ball every down instead of running? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was another one. I can go on and on and on about the bad situations, the bad losses, and there's one common denominator. It's John Harbaugh. It's time. Stop it. I get it. He won a Super Bowl. What are you going to get? Sometimes you have to make that hard decision. I get it. There aren't that many coaches with a Super Bowl in their back pocket. But, man, this is Lamar's eighth year with John Harbaugh. Keep playing. You'll wake up one day and 10 or 12 years will have gone by, and you'll say, what happened? He never won. If you can't get fired off of a piss-poor finish like that, you can never get fired. Tom Thibodeau, you know why he got fired? Because he had a performance like that. He had gotten the Knicks to the furthest they had gone since Moby Dick was a guppy. And they laid a terrible egg in a big situation. That was supposed to be a redemption game. They were supposed to storm the rest of the NFL after that. 40 points on the road in Buffalo, and they go home with an L. The L they went home with was John Harbaugh. He was the L they went home with.
John Harbaugh definitely gets some of the smoke. You got 17 comebacks when you had a double-digit league over his career. The last 10 years, he's had 8. The issue that I have, a couple of things. Well, one, they're not gonna specifically the Ravens. The Ravens are kind of operating as an AFC version of what the Green Bay Packers kind of do, also what the Steelers do in their own division, meaning we don't want a lot of chaos. We don't want a bunch of turnover. We don't want a bunch of new GMs and a bunch of head coaches and a bunch of this and a bunch of that. They like stability. That organization has been well run to the tune of all these postseason, getting into the postseason, also getting into Super Bowls over the last, 25 years. They won one early. They won one, give it 10 years ago or so. And they keep giving themselves shots with Lamar Jackson over the last 7-8 years. So the issue I get what you're saying. He has these comebacks on his watch, but you got to be also saying these comebacks are on the watch of Lamar. And I believe Lamar Jackson's best player in football. Been saying it since I've been on this show and before I even got on this show. You and I agree on that. We have that same sentiment. But the onus has to fall on our, we believe, the best player in the NFL, the guy who has won multiple MVPs and should have won last year as well. He has to find a way in some of these. Now, last night, Derrick Henry did him no justice with the fumble, who had an outstanding game until the fumble. And also, some of the play calling, to me, I'm going for it on that 4th down because I have Lamar Jackson. I have Derrick Henry. I get 2.
Did you watch the defense for the Ravens? That's on Lamar?
No.
No, man, I'm just saying,
hold on. I'll let you cook.
Okay,
let me cook.
I'm asking.
I'm saying, so I'm talking a more broader picture because if I have to take the broader picture, if we're firing the coach from a game. You get what I'm saying? So I have to get the broader because Lamar played his butt off like he always does. But some of those 8 double-digit leads in the last 10 years are on Lamar, meaning he was the quarterback of some of those teams. Hey, Fox Sports Radio, it's the Odd Couple, Rob, Parker, Kelvin, Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. That's coming up next hour. Looking forward to that. Shout out to YouTube. Folks are checking in.
Yay.
With the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us and all of your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app. It'll always pop up at the top of your screen. We got Ephraim Salaam in about 5 minutes or so. Then we got Shekel City Play of the Day coming up towards the end of the hour as well. Talking about the game last night with the Bears, comeback win for the Vikings. Who's to blame? Is it the coaching? Is it the kicker? I can't believe you brought the kicker up, by the way.
What do you mean? Why
Yes.
the kickers
You don't get that.
lose and win games? The other day you just talked about
just talked
about when the Steelers won because the guy kicked a 60-yard field goal. So does the kicker matter?
No, I'm saying you can't
if he
blame
misses
him.
them, yes.
Caleb looking less than.
Nah,
Ben
stop
Johnson,
it.
I might give you
Stop.
some of that. The kicker,
Nah, the kicker
he's like
the
fifth
kick-
on
the-
this thing.
Nah, the kicker blew the game.
I might give you the wind in Chicago. before I
Dion
give you the
in
kicker.
Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. It just doesn't fit your narrative. What's up, Dion?
The kicker?
What's up, guys?
How are
Hey,
you?
Man. Hey, doing well, man. Hope y'all had a great weekend.
Yes,
a great
sir.
first NFL weekend, kicked off real nicely.
And we got
Hey,
a Aaron Judge watch number 359.
Woo.
There he,
Hey,
he,
Aaron
just
Judge.
he just passed Yogi Berra on the all-time list for the Yankees, number 5.
Congrats to Aaron Judge, the best player in baseball by far. And hey, it looks like to me, Aaron Glenn, he had a better weekend than all those guys, than Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson, but they all three took L's. But man, hey, one thing I do want to say, it's a quarterback lead. I'm going to give JJ McCarthy the most credit for that win last night, even though the defense played phenomenally, and Caleb Williams, he won't see a better defense all year than that. And unfortunately, you got to see him twice a year. But Williams looked like a doggone first-year quarterback, and I don't like that. And he was doing some good
So
things
when he
in the
was
first
10 for
half.
10, that was when he looked like a first-year quarterback?
The whole game.
No, I'm
Overall,
asking. I'm just
I wanna
asking.
see more.
The first
The
10 when he was
second
10
half,
when
he
he was
reverted back
when
to
he
that
was 10
first-year
for 10.
quarterback.
I'm just asking. When he was 10 for 10,
When he
you
was
thought
10 for 10,
what'd you think?
he
You
was 10
thought
for
you thought
10.
oh yeah, he looks
It's not how you start.
No,
It's how you
that's
finish.
not what I
He's
asked you.
looking
I
like
just
a
asked you,
work-
Dion, when he was 10 for 10, what did you say to yourself?
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I said he should be doing what he should be doing, and he looked bad by the end of the game, and that's what matters. We don't draft a quarterback to go 10 for 10. We draft him for the future.
No, that's
and
not
to
what
play
I'm
good
asking
through the
you.
entire
But I'm
game.
asking you
And he
that
didn't
there's
get it
no
done.
way you
He didn't
thought
get the
that.
job done.
The
So
same
thanks,
way
guys.
the same way you didn't think JJ McCarthy was any good when they got 40 yards in the first 3 quarters. Nick in New York, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Nick?
Hey, how you guys doing? I called last week and let you know I was going to propose to my girlfriend.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did she say yes?
Yeah, I'm very happy right now to say that she said yes.
I'm about to hear it.
Congratulations.
Congrats. He wasn't
Mazel
going to call
tov.
us, and she said no.
Wow.
Congrats, brother.
Oh, man, it would have been awful if she said no.
Nah,
but
she loves you, brother.
I just had a thing to say.
Yeah,
It was very nice.
That's beautiful. But you had 3.5 years in, right?
Yep, yeah, very good memory.
Yeah,
Yep,
you got
so
it,
we're,
brother.
yeah, we're good. I put the blame on Caleb Williams. I think he started off hot, and it was the adrenaline and, the crowd. And then once he started to, taper down, he was missing, wide open receivers, not throwing it in their direction to have them catch and run. And that really was what cost him the game, I think. I think it was his errors on that end.
All right,
All right.
I'll
thank
sit
you.
back and listen. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Congrats
Appreciate
again,
it.
brother. Appreciate
Can we
it.
squeeze in Michael from Texas real quick? Michael from Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing good, Michael. What's up?
Yes, I saw that game, man. They did have a little momentum during the first half, but I'm going to tell you this. Brian Flores is up right up there, rated right up to some of the better defensive coordinators. He went in at halftime and made adjustments. He said, okay, this is what they do.
All the good coaches make a job 100%. 100%. Whatever he was getting early, we're going to change this around. We ain't going to do that.
Exactly. And he threw him for a loop. He played Ben Johnson like a fiddle. He knew the moves before they did them.
That second half.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, appreciate it. The second half, listen, Caleb looked like a deer with his head in the headlights. I mean, that second half, he was shooketh. And they got to fix that, he and Ben Johnson moving forward, if they're going to be happy with each other in a relationship, because that's a relationship I'm going to be watching. Ephraim, on the way, we'll talk to him. See his thought. Ephraim. So,
never heard of him.
I'm not dealing with you. Ephraim Salaam coming up after Steve DeSager gives us what's trending. Yeah, I'm not dealing with y'all today. Not YouTube don't need to see this, okay?
Let's start with
Sorry,
the
Steve.
NFL news. It's okay. 49ers place tight end George Kittle on injured reserve with his bad hamstring, so he'll miss at least 4 games. San Francisco waived kicker Jake Moody and signed kicker Eddie Pinheiro. Wide receiver Juwan Jennings of the 49ers is called day-to-day with a shoulder injury. His scans came back clean. They officially signed wide receiver Kendrick Bourne today. The Steelers signed safety Jabril Peppers, and the league will not suspend Eagles tight end Jalen Carter any further for the spitting last week, having already missed the opener. He forfeits 1 game check. The NFL counts being thrown out before playing as a 1-game suspension. To Major League Baseball, the Phillies are first in the NL East, 8 games over the Mets and leading New York 4-0 tonight in the top of the third. The 4 runs, including 2 homers off Mets starter Sean Manaea. The Yankees are 1-0 leaders after 1 against Detroit. Aaron Judge with his 44th home run of the season. He has 98 RBIs. Houston out to a 2-0 lead at Toronto in the bottom of the second. Carlos Correa, a 2-run homer for Toronto. They're missing their shortstop. Bo Bichette was placed on the injured list with a sprained knee. Cubs have a 1-0 lead in the first at Atlanta, and it's at Cleveland, a Guardians lead of 2-0 over the Royals in the bottom of the 5th inning. Royals shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. has returned from back spasms. Kansas City pitcher Michael Walk is on the concussion IL. By the way, Cubs outfielder Kyle Tucker was finally placed on the injured list with a strained calf. Among the games later tonight, the Dodgers are going to be in action. Padres as well. San Diego is hosting Cincinnati. The Dodgers hosting a Colorado team that's 40-104 on the season. The Dodgers first in the NL West, still 1 game over the Padres. And the Bulls re-signed guard Josh Giddey, 4-year deal worth $100 million. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you. It's the Odd Couple, Ron Parker, Kelvin Washington. Trash Talking Tuesday. That's right. We're about an hour and 10 away from that. Looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. By the way, achy knee, stiff back joints not cooperating. Well, some days your body is just not up to it, and it's like, nah, this ain't the day. On those days, luckily, there's Aleve. With just 1 pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving. Use as directed. Right now, joined by Ephraim Salaam, as we always are on Tuesdays, former NFL offensive lineman, Fox Sports Radio weekend host, Ephraim Salaam on X. E, what's up, man?
What's happening, brothers? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
Hey, Rob.
He said, hey, Rob.
My mic was off. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How was your vacation?
Man, I don't have time for that. We got football season. Let's go.
Oh, okay. My fault, man. My bad.
We're running late. We're running late on time.
Okay,
we want to make sure. What do we always say? You want to get your time. Here's your
my
time.
time.
There you
So,
go.
my time.
all right, well, reclaim your time. Look, we'll start with, there's a bunch of, obviously, coming off the first week of football, which was great to have. So there's a bunch of stuff we can start with. I'm going to start with, let's just start with the most recent. Last night, Taylor 2 halves from 2 different quarterbacks and 2 different coaches. My takeaway was Caleb Williams was getting the nice, easy things that Brian Flores seemed to have been giving up. Second half, Brian Flores makes adjustments. Caleb Williams doesn't. Ben Johnson doesn't. And they get exposed, especially when Flores started to blitz them like that. And then JJ McCarthy obviously got hot with Kevin O'Connell's offense there. Takeaway from Caleb Williams now, a year and a game in.
Well, look, I love how he started the game. I thought he was poised. I thought he missed some big throws. I thought there were some opportunities on the check downs that he took for plays down the field. That'll come. He just doesn't trust himself with the ball. He just wanted to really get the ball off, so he checked it down a lot, which allowed him to go 10 for 10 in a touchdown. There's a lot to learn there, but, you know, the spotlight for me was Brian Flores. He really set a trap. That was the old bait and switch. You know, he didn't blitz at all that whole first half.
Right.
He let him get into a rhythm, and then he just unleashed the hounds on him. And he didn't know how to recover from that.
He didn't know, or the coach didn't know how to make an adjustment, if you realize that.
Both.
Okay.
Both, yeah. Yeah, but they both were at a loss for words because they had prepared. Like, so they went into halftime and made adjustments that didn't include being blitzed like that. And so shout out to the Minnesota Vikings and Brian Flores for an excellent game plan, man. Excellent game plan.
Russell Wilson will be the starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants week 2. People were already clamoring evaluation of him week 1.
It wasn't good. Now, he didn't get any help from the offensive line, but it wasn't good. What we saw from Jackson Dart in the preseason lends to the question of when are they going to let this young man play, because he's mobile, He can pass the ball. It was a little spark to him when he played in the preseason. And Russell just, quite frankly, just looked old.
Yeah. Why do they – so just stay there for a second. Why are they holding out? Why don't they say, screw it, let's just go with Dart? Is it because the offensive line, as you mentioned, isn't great? We don't want to get our young guy hurt and lose his confidence? Or they got some hope in Wilson? Why not just say, go ahead, Dart?
Their left tackle will be back in a couple weeks. So you probably don't want to send him out there, especially against their opponents. If you look at their next couple games, those are really, really tough opponents to throw a young rookie out there with not a solidified left tackle, someone who can hold it down and you can turn the line the other way. So they're just biding their time so these pieces are in place to help this young man.
Ephraim Salaam, our guest. Of course, you can follow him, Ephraim Salaam, on X, and then former NFL offensive lineman, Fox Sports Radio weekends as well. So many other storylines that happened as well. Let's go to what you make of what we had in the – let's go to the Packers and the Lions. The Packers, they obviously were young, good defense. Then they get Micah Parsons. They got young receivers. And Jordan Love obviously feeling like I got something to prove this year. How good are they? What's their ceiling? What are you expecting of them? And then the opposite question would be, was that an anomaly for the Lions, or is that a sign of things to come for you, what you believe?
Well, for the Packers, my biggest question is, who is Jordan Love? Like, he's shown some flashes of being in that upper tier of quarterbacks, but it hasn't been consistent enough for me. So the jury was out for me. The way he played opening week against Detroit and that defense, I was like, man, now if he can play like that consistently this year, and them adding Micah Parsons on defense, the ceiling for them is you can see them representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. That's where I see that team. That team was put together. They're young at receiver. They're young. Their offensive line was excellent. I mean, the sky's the limit. If Jordan Love can stay healthy and stay on that trajectory, they're going to be a problem. And on the flip side, you really understand. I just gave Brian Flores his props as a defensive coordinator. You really, looking at Detroit, you really understand the importance of a good offensive defensive coordinator. It makes a huge difference, and that's what they're missing in Detroit right now.
You agree with the NFL on the Jalen Carter situation, basically saying that he was suspended one game because he didn't play the opener?
Well, essentially he was suspended that game. I mean, I thought that was a bonehead move, but missing that game check and missing that game, that makes sense. The different team with him out there, I mean, that's so evident. So hopefully he's learned from this, because they need him if they were trying to get back to the Super Bowl.
What the heck? When you look at the Bengals, what happened? What was that? Just a fluke? Because that, again, we talked about it, Rob and I, yesterday. 7.5 yards with that offense. That somebody, you talk about time, you look at somebody and like, boy, I ain't going to fire you today, but don't never do that again.
Yeah, that looks bad. That looks bad. As much money as they have on that side of the ball, they're going to have to put up, 28, 30 points a game. That's what they're designed to do. Now, shout out to Cleveland and that defense. They really got after him, made it uncomfortable. And shame on that kicker for Cleveland, because he literally snatched that game out of their hands. I thought Joe Flacco played well. I don't think any of the other quarterbacks on that team would have performed like that and kept that game that close. But Cincinnati, they got some issues, man. They need to figure that out, because that's their strong suit. Scoring 19 points, that's not going to get it done for them this year.
How did Shador do in that game?
In what game?
Oh, he didn't play. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't play. Was he expected to play?
I thought you thought he was the best quarterback in camp.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I said what I know for a fact is Joe Flacco is going to start the season, and the second string job is up to those two young draft picks. That's what I said.
All right.
I said nothing about him starting, especially as brutal as their schedule is coming out. I mean, they played Baltimore, Nate. That's not what you want. You don't want him to run up into a buzzsaw like that. Either one of those rookie quarterbacks. So Joe Flacco is the guy until he's not.
Last one for me. Pittsburgh and the Jets. You walked away saying good game from Aaron Rodgers, good game from Justin Fields and the Jets. Where did you walk away from?
I walked away saying that was a great game. You know, that was in my opinion, that was the best game of the day until our Sunday night game.
I was about to say.
It just was, you know, two teams that you're not used to going up and down the field scoring like that. I thought it was very entertaining. I was very pleased with Aaron Rodgers and his command of the offense. But on the flip side of that, I was extremely pleased with Justin Fields and how he managed that and went blow for blow with one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. So I think both of those teams are going to surprise and shock a lot of people moving forward. Now, defensively, they're going to have to get it together on both sides. But as far as offensive firepower, I was very entertained and highly pleased.
Yeah, those are two teams, you know, on paper you would think defensively were going to be better. They put on an offensive show and didn't expect that. All right, appreciate you, man, as always.
Hey, man, I appreciate you brothers, man. Love y'all, man. Especially you, Rob.
He said he loved you. I don't know if you heard him. Okay.
I love Rob.
I know you do. I don't know if he heard you. I was just relaying messages.
Yeah, my mic and headphones weren't on. Okay, thank you.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to hug you next time I see you, man.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Y'all be safe, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Shekel City, play of the day on the way. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Fox Sports Radio.
I love you, Ephraim.
You have two choices. You can onside kick, which is probably what you should have done, because, one timeout. Or kick it, make sure you kick it through the end zone, or kick it out of bounds. Because you know what's going to happen, which is the Vikings are going to run the ball out of the end zone to take it down to the 2-minute warning. Because what the Bears you're hoping for is the kick. They don't run it out. You have one run play to the 2-minute warning. Then you use your one timeout. Then you're getting the ball back with about a minute left to go. But what do the Vikings do? And you see Kevin O'Connell making sure, run it out. They kick it about 7 yards deep in the end zone. The Vikings run the ball out. That takes 7 seconds off the clock. So now the change possession stops, minute 55 left to go. So now it's a minute 55 and one timeout left instead of 2:02 with the 2-minute warning and a timeout left. What's going on in Chicago, man? As bad as this is, again, now I wonder if being a head coach is too much for Ben Johnson. Because there's certain things when I look at coaches and I go, man, when you do that, I wonder if you're up for being a head coach. And now I wonder, how do you think, just kick it deep? You think the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell doesn't know what to do? Run the ball out. We got to get down to the 2-minute warning. This is what I talk about, attention to detail. We mentioned this a few minutes ago with the Ravens and the end of games and how they don't know how to handle the ends of these games, and being clutch is a gene and being well coached
From the Fox Sports
is a way
in
to do it.
Los
Why I
Angeles.
watch Andy Reid and Bill Belichick win the end of weird games all the time. You know they would have ran the ball out. O'Connell's, make sure, come on out, run it out. They run it out, take time off the clock. So instead of getting the ball back with a little bit over a minute left to go, probably, if I'm doing my math right, now they're going to get the ball back, maybe if they don't get a first down here, with less than about 30 seconds left to go in the game.
A lot to be desired here. Richard Hightower, your Bears special teams coordinator. It's making me long for the days where I was yelling, "Where's Alan Williams?" Yeah, that's right. Go look that up. Because this was actually absolutely unconscionable, right? We talk about just you're trending within the game. The last 3 drives for the Vikings, they had averaged 10 yards per play. All 3 of those drives ending in touchdowns. Here, they're able to bleed that extra 5 seconds off the clock, right? It gets past through the 2-minute warning. You don't have enough leg to get it through? Or you think you're going to make the big play? This is not the 85 Bears. This is not that Lovie Smith Bears team where every bounce went their way. At least you don't know that yet. to where the football gods are on your side. I know you celebrated the 85 Bears championship in the pregame, right? 40 years. Man, it goes fast. But all of that to say,
but dude, come on, how many
killed yourself repeatedly.
How many more celebrations do we have to
Hey,
have?
there's
Come
still
on,
books
man.
to be had,
Come
man.
on, how many more?
There's stories you've never heard.
Oh, come on, I've heard all the stories. Come on, man.
There's one more. But this is just absurd on a whole other level.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you. Fox Sports Radio, it is the odd couple. Kelvin Washington, Rob Parker, Trash Talking Tuesday, coming up in an hour. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching on YouTube as well. Shout out to YouTube. It is now time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
How you do? Don't tell me you restarted.
Well, 1-2. I'm now 4-5 here on the early start of the season. Let's go.
Who messed you up?
We got a little baseball. Well, the Bears I had the Bears as my best bet. I had Milwaukee. They lost in that game, but I had the Braves plus 1.5, and they won easily over the Chicago Cubs. So here we go. Tonight, Yankees best bet. minus 1.5. They're taking on the Tigers in the Bronx. And I think it's 1-0.
Well, I was about to say, yeah.
1-0. Judge hit his 359th career.
You got to relax.
Yes. I also have the Brewers minus 1.5. They lost last night. I think they'll bounce back. And I got the Padres, who had a walk-off against the Reds. Fernando Tatis. You remember? I had a man crush on him when he first broke into baseball.
Aaron Judge.
I had a
snatched
glizzy in my mouth.
Aaron Judge was like, "Come here, boo." You was like, "Yes."
No, he wasn't here that. He wasn't here yet. You remember that? Chris used to give me a hard time about
I give you the hard time because it's Aaron Judge. You see how
whatever.
We were in the middle of some great football talk. Aaron Judge 359 turn around like you ain't moved that fast since the rat in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Is the man retired?
Alex, I want you to stay here.
San Diego Padres -1.5, taking on the Reds in San Diego. All right, remember, I don't know. What am I going to say?
I don't know.
Remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you.
I thought Aaron Judge was up the way he was acting.
No.
All right, Rob G, this is a good one. This is a good one for Rob. Tatis Jr., I know he's Afro-Latino.
What do you mean? He's Latin, Afro-Latino.
No, that's a real thing.
He's Latin. What do you mean Afro-Latino?
That's a real thing, Rob.
What do you mean? Rob
The
G, are
boats
you
that-
Afro-Latino?
No, he's not. The boats brought some Africans down. Some of them went past what we call America. It went on down to some of the little islands down there. Don't tell me I got to give you a history lesson. You're from New York.
Does he speak Spanish?
Yes.
His culture, right, is what?
His blood.
No, I'm asking you his culture. Everybody's mixed. I get that. It supposedly started with
Right.
Adam and Eve. Aren't we all together? Aren't we all mixed?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Rob, millennials ago.
Right?
The point
if we're Adam and Eve, are we with that or are we with the
then you really
apes?
going Afro because they said
I don't
that
know.
started
Which
in
one
Africa.
are you with? Okay. Well, we already know where
My
it
whole
started.
point was going to say, what if him or Aaron Judge said they were going to invest in MLB Bro? Which one would you want to go with?
No. Tatis is not covered on MLB, bro.
I know, but he's Afro-Latino.
What do you mean, why not? Stop it, Rob.
Isn't it black and brown major leaguers?
Brown is.
I can't, man. I can't
Wow.
keep that. This is what I be talking about. I can't keep. I'm trying to
Racist.
throw
Thank
you.
you, Alex.
I'm trying to just say which one you want to. It is, and then you're denying the man his Afro-Latino-ness.
Okay. All right.
Let's get.
You all
player
covering
today.
Sammy Sosa?
Wow.
Which one?
Exactly. Any of them?
No.
So now Sammy ain't black enough to be on
Sammy's not black.
MLBBro.com.
No,
Y'all covering Tiger Woods?
Well, Tiger, yes, his dad is black. Was black.
But he doesn't call himself black.
I don't care, but that's his
Oh,
dad.
now
is
you don't
Asian.
care.
Oh, see, now it's okay.
So now you don't care.
No. I'm just saying the way we cover the players. It's just like, okay, can I say this?
Oh, boy.
MLB Bro is no different from the 50 Japanese reporters who cover who here in the United States when they cover the Dodgers.
Ohtani.
Do they cover the Dodgers and Mookie Betts? No, they
No.
do not. They cover who? Ohtani.
No, we know that.
Okay, that's all.
No, we're not mad.
Just like
I'm mad at that.
ESPN and Fox Sports Deportes. Are they covering black players?
Yes.
No, they don't.
They just do it in Spanish.
No, they do. They don't not. They
Yes,
cover
they
the Latin
do.
players.
Yeah, that one was. I was with you the first time. You had me with the Japanese. I was with you on that.
Latin
It's gotta be
players.
racist.
No, that was.
Because if you
that
don't
was
speak, if you
that's
don't-
just the Spanish version.
if you don't speak Spanish, they don't interview you. I've been
No,
there.
they just write the story in
talking
Spanish.
about?
Rob.
Still, they show the highlight and
Yeah,
then
they
they
just
take
say
over
it
it
in
in
Spanish.
Spanish.
No, but I'm talking about the players
Rob,
that
just
they
stop.
interview.
Just stop, Rob.
They interview American black players on
Because if they don't speak
Deportes?
Spanish, it doesn't appeal to the audience. But they still talk about what they did.
I didn't say that you can't talk about what they did, but they don't cover.
Player today. Can we talk about the player today?
Let's
I
do
was just
it.
trying to give you a cute little
have to all
Tatis
that.
and Aaron Judge.
It is a run pass option. McCarthy takes off to the right. To the 10. Stutter steps at the 5. Touchdown! He's JJ McCarthy, and he runs for a Vikings touchdown.
K-Fans, Viking Radio right there. I ain't seen Patrick since that win. That was your player today, brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. We got a minute. No surprise for me. Jalen Carter, suspension, we talked about it. I thought that because he didn't play a single play, that I just thought they would say, well, that's a whole game.
That's not what you said. You could say that now. Stop it. You said he shouldn't be suspended. The league is saying
That's
he
verbatim
was
what I said.
suspended.
That's
No, he wasn't.
verbatim. That's the best
Rob
part
G,
about
get
it.
the tape.
Oh, can't wait
'Cause
till we
he
get
did not say that.
Get
That's
the
not what he
tape.
said. Get the
Get the tape. That's
That's-
exactly
no,
what
you
I
did
said.
not. You
He
just
said
said-
he didn't
you
play.
said-
I said he didn't play a single down. Essentially, that's a game.
No,
it's
was
verbatim what I
that
said.
suspended? He was
That's
suspended.
it. That's
you
the
said
game.
he was suspended that night?
Yeah, I said they're
No,
going to
was
count that as a game.
No, you did not.
Rob G,
No, you
I
didn't.
literally said that. Oh, I can't wait till we get the tape. Oh, I can't wait. Elijah, during the break. please
Elijah
get
don't
that.
have time for that.
Whoever-
He's
now I
busy.
don't want to get time for it. But he getting texted
Elijah's
2 a.m.
busy.
Elijah, can you get that tape? Elijah, get the tape for
I
your
don't-
boy.
I text
said
him
they're
at
gonna
6
count that.
a.m., not
I said
2
they're going to
a.m.
count that
He's got
as
a
a
wife
game.
and a kid.
Just like I said, don't be mad you were wrong. I said they're going to do it. Dak spit his way. They cut him some slack. They counted it as a game.
if you're a Lions fan, you should be concerned. And I'm not talking about just one game. This is a precursor. Look at the schedule and what they have coming up. The division is tougher. There's a lot of stuff to look at. Jared Goff, we've seen the show, we've seen the act, and Ben Johnson is now in Chicago, right? And we saw the offense. What do you think of the offensive play calling yesterday?
Oh, absolutely. It was beyond conservative and boring, and you can tell the difference.
And here's the other part.
There's no denying
We
that.
talked about this. The offensive line. Hello. Did you see the offensive line? Don't you have two new players on the offensive line? You had one of their long-standing
retired.
Who retired on them, like unexpectedly, right?
Yep.
And who did they just lose
Ragnar,
today? Right?
Go ahead.
Didn't they just lose another offensive lineman today for the season?
Yeah. Brother, I forgot I get his name. But anyway, go ahead.
But you get my point.
Yep.
There are just a lot of things here and that I don't like about the Lions going forward. And I really believe, and I know you thought I was just being Rob and going crazy when I said that they're not going to make I'm not the only one. I've seen a couple other analysts out there, which was interesting to me, but I was like one of the first ones, Rob G. I'm going to take credit, but I have seen a few other who have now started to say that they also think the Lions will take a major step back. And yesterday was, to me, was like proof positive. When I watched that and I looked at it, I said, this is what I thought I was going to see, where the offense wasn't going to be the same. What Ben Johnson did with that offense the last few years, I don't think that you could just say it's just the players and without him it doesn't matter. He didn't get the job in Chicago because it was just the players and nobody thinks what he does matters. And I think that's what you have to be afraid of if you're the Lions, and whether or not Jared Goff without him, because Ben Johnson has helped, as you were just talking about in Minnesota, has helped people turn it around. And the same thing, Jared Goff, I don't know what quarterback he's really going to be or if he's going to be more of the same. And obviously, if you don't have an offensive line to help protect you, you're going to be in trouble.
That's more concerning with Jared Goff, because what we're seeing now, the new model of quarterback, you got to be mobile. That's like a standard now. That comes with it. It used to be, wow, an anomaly. This quarterback can run. Now, everybody can run. You want Bo now, pick Bo Nix, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Even Russell Wilson still has some mobility. Patrick Mahomes can run. I mean, going on and on. Jared Goff is one of the last standing up QBs, traditional 1980s style of quarterback, 90s style of quarterback. So if you don't have an offensive line, that's concerning. However, where I actually look at this is where we looked at it differently. I looked at the Packers and said that was a top 6 defense when it came to scoring. I believe that was a top 10 in just about every category defensively. Very young, got really good linebackers. They can get after the quarterback. And they added Micah Parsons. And then also you have, of course, with the young receivers that are growing, coming of age, mixed with Love there, Jordan Love. So to me, I looked at the Packers, and I was like, man, the Packers look like they're about business. The Packers look like they want to win this division and obviously see where they go in the postseason. Now, a couple of things I don't agree with you on. Or not, I won't say agree. We'll have to wait and see when it comes to the division. Because on paper, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know that the Bears are going to be good. I got to see. Also, the Vikings. They went, 14-3? So I absolutely should be taking a step back. Not that they should be terrible, but I don't expect them to be 14-3. So meaning the Lions aren't competing with last year's Vikings. They're not competing with the Bears because we don't know what the Bears are. The Packers, absolutely. I expect them to be a postseason team before any of this happened, and now it looks like they should be for sure. The concern for the Lions is getting back to what they do best, is running the ball, because that creates everything.
Run the ball.
That's the thing that creates everything for them. If they can't run the ball, then they can't get the play action, then they can't get the separation, and that's how they had the fear of the run is what makes every other team struggle with them.
The 49ers placed tight end George Kittle on injured reserve with his bad hamstring, so he'll miss at least 4 games. San Francisco waived kicker Jake Moody. The Chicago Bulls re-signed guard Josh Giddey to a 4-year deal. Greece won its Eurobasket quarterfinal as Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 29 points. Among the 5 WNBA games, New York at home is leading a Washington team that's lost 9 in a row, 41-26 at the half. The league's regular season ends this Thursday. U.S. men's soccer underway against Japan in Columbus, Ohio, scoreless mid-first half in an exhibition. To baseball, the Rays are out to a 2-1 lead at the White Sox in the top of the second. Cubs shutting out the Braves 2-0 bottom of the third. Cubs outfielder Kyle Tucker was finally placed on the injured list with a strained calf. Houston leads 2-0 at Toronto in the bottom of the third, but apparently Houston starter Luis Garcia is left with an arm injury. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. That's coming up in about 40 minutes. Your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. You can watch us live, that's right, on YouTube right now.
Do it live!
Thank you, Bill. Right now. That's right, we simulcast right now on YouTube with the video of us, too. Just go to youtube.com/@oddcouplefsr. Or if you're already within YouTube, just search Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, and don't stop there. You can hit the thumbs up icon and comment away. Let us know, because I know there was some comments. People were saying how they enjoyed the interview with the former offensive lineman. Let us know which one of us has the better takes. Go.
You're
Rob Sterling Jr.
You're on one today. You know the streets are watching, right?
Go check out the what? Go check out the
streets are watching this.
Brand new YouTube channel. The new channel on YouTube. That's right. Whatever it is.
You don't even care. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just,
and
the streets is watching, man.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, we got breaking news. Yeah. Yeah. What we
Once
got?
you viewed it more, I'm wondering if that's going to give more of a pass to Jalen.
Oh.
Because, again, he got kicked out the whole game. It was literally he didn't play a single snap. So I think that is the game that they can say he was suspended for a game because it was that whole game.
Whoa! That sounds like something I said today, except that was last week. Verbatim what I said today. That's a microwave take.
When did y'all tape that? Inside the studio? You just taped it?
Yeah.
Alex,
don't worry.
You just taped
We
that?
keep receipts around here.
Rob, it's when you went to the kitchen, Rob.
I know you just taped it and then you
Yeah,
put it
we
together.
just yep.
I get it. It's all
It's
good.
okay, but it's okay. You know what I like? What I pride myself in is when the Lions might lose or this might happen. And the next day I got to come in and sit next to you and I know you're going to let me know I was right. And I'll say, Rob, you were right. Or Rob, I was wrong. Why for you can't say that? Huh? That was Dub, you were right. You said it. You called it verbatim. Can you say it?
I don't have to say it. You said it.
No, can you say it?
No, you said it.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure you can say it, I said it exactly how it happened. That's all. I say, Rob, you was right, man. You were right. You called it. You called it.
Just like the Lions were going to the Super Bowl last year.
Right, and I said you were right. You were right. The Lions blew it, and I was wrong.
I'd rather you say just you're wrong. You don't have to say I'm right.
Okay, but then you say.
No, just say you're right.
You would say you were wrong.
That's what you just say you're right.
You were wrong.
That's all you got to say.
Come on.
You got to say you're right. No, we're not doing
say
it.
it.
All right, come on. We got trash talking coming
I'll
up.
see it.
In about
We
35 minutes or so. So your chance to trash
early.
anyone, anything in the world of sports.
Yeah, I'm ready to trash somebody too, secondarily. That would be Tyreek Hill. Rob G,
We talked about this over the summer.
We got another Aaron Judge watch. Oh, no, that was Cody Bellinger.
Look at you.
I'm sorry.
Look at you.
2-0 Yankees. Well, I thought
Racist.
It ain't even. Look, it was Aaron Judge. Oh, no. It's Cody Bellinger.
No, wait a
Anyways,
minute.
keep going.
Racist.
This is what I be talking about.
No enthusiasm
No
when a White hits a
enthusiasm.
home run. Oh, my gosh.
That's got to be racist.
What you got to start? Hey, Rob G, MLB Snow? Is that what you got to do now?
MLB Dude coming up.
No.
Alex, MLB Snow, is that what it got to be, the secondary website?
Who hits before Bellinger? Who hits
Can't do
before
with you.
Bellinger? It was Aaron Judge. I'm doing a radio show. I had my head turned. I
No,
saw Judge
I can't
up,
wait.
and then I turned back and I saw the ball going in the stand.
Alex, I need that marked. So when something happened and I go, oh, he's like, oh, you
Rob,
calling him out?
You know, Rob, all light skins look alike. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, it's
Hey,
historic.
Ben Rice is up now, so don't look. don't look. Ben Rice is up. Just don't want you to pay attention. Hey, I'll tell you what he did. He grounded out.
If he was Uncle Ben Rice, then I would watch him.
Well, no, then they would have had to change the name. Uncle Ben don't.
Now, what you really got to do, real talk, Rob, is you got to corner the market and get MLBBroad.com as well. And then they'll have no idea that you're the shadow guy covering both sides of the plate.
There you go.
Racist.
Why gotta be the shadow guy?
It's just like when Pillsbury makes the discounted biscuits that cost $1. You know what I mean? So they make those biscuits and they make the high price biscuits. That's how you corner the market.
That could be you.
Yeah.
All right.
I gave you the name too. I just want at least 10% fee. Yeah. So anyway, that was Cody Bellinger. Back to what I was saying, guy.
Apparently, you're the only one who cares about Cody Bellinger in the home run.
Yes.
Only one person on the show cared that it was Cody Bellinger.
Two-turn. Hey, Ohtani can have 7 strikeouts in a row, and I can't mention it. He'd be like, hey, man, come on, man. We're doing a show. Stay focused. Stay focused.
Aaron Judge literally puts money in Rob's pocket. That's why.
Wait. Oh, that wasn't Aaron Judge. My bad.
I didn't even say that. I didn't react like that.
Yes, you didn't exactly, because it was Cody Bellinger. You were, oh, never mind.
No,
it's just Cody.
I just thought he had another home run.
He stood up real quick and sat back down.
The wrong persuasion for the occasion.
You never saw me get up. Come on, Rob G.
Yes, we have.
I'm a reporter.
Yeah. And we are reporting on you right now.
Would you guys do the show?
No, we've been trying to do the show.
Speaking of reporting, Rob's getting reported to HR for that violation right there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Tyreek Hill.
Tell us
this is
about
not a fun story, but we got to talk about it.
Actually.
As you guys know, he's currently going through it with his estranged wife, and she has alleged in the latest court filings that he committed domestic violence on at least 8 separate occasions just in the last 2 years. So he obviously denies all wrongdoing. His attorneys say that this is the one big shakedown. It's all going to play out here in court. But it does add to the laundry list of issues that Tyreek Hill has brought now to the Dolphins organization. Obviously, last season, some of his social media commentary about, hey, I think I miss Patrick Mahomes, you know, what could have been, and he's throwing these hard eye emojis on his IG stories, you know, all the way down to some of the comments he made about his own team, even as recently as in training camp, where he went on record and said, hey, maybe we shouldn't give the ball to Devon Achane, our running back 1, at the goal line, because that's not his game. We should bring in another guy. And it got to a point where Tua Tagovailoa had to actually have a private conversation, number one, and then publicly tell the media that, hey, Tyreek has alienated a lot of his teammates. He's done and said things he knows he shouldn't have done, and it's up to him to mend fences. Well, I don't know if this is really helping in that regard right now.
Well, for me, listen, I haven't, I'm going to act like I'm a mathematician. I haven't figured out all the details on the financial lens, and that matters. So I don't want to act like that doesn't matter, right? We know this is a capped league. But there's some way I have to find out. And sometimes you got to just swallow your medicine and do what's best for your organization. And I'm interested in moving off, whether that be a trade, whether that finding a way if I have to release him. Because ultimately, here's a couple of reasons why. Number one, how long do I even have him before something happens where the league says, hey, he has, we're going to suspend him 2 games, 4 games, 6 games, 8 games, whatever it may happen. He continues to have these issues. Rob G just stated the numbers any amount of times. Also, Rob G mentioned how we see the flirting, shooting the DMs out and the text messages and the tweets and the Instagrams back to the Chiefs and doing all of that. So then the other issue for me, if I'm Michael McDaniel and if I'm anybody in that organization is, let's say he stays here. Let's say for whatever reason she recants. He doesn't get in any trouble with the league or with an investigation outside with police. How long do I have him anyway? Because what if we're not a great team? What if we end up going 1-3? Is he out again? Is he, hey, Chiefs, I want to come back. I need to get out of here. I can't believe I decided to come back. I'm out. I need freedom. I can't breathe. How long before that? He came back, and he was normally a captain. His team chose to not make him a captain this year, and you had Tua talk to him and say yes, and a lot of guys said we forgive him because that's what we're supposed to do, but it also means he's got to earn our trust. That's what Tua said. And so to me, I'm looking at what's best for us. And what's best for us is probably to move forward and find something else. Again, if it's a trade, if he's eligible for a trade, meaning nothing happens with the league, then I'm looking at that. Because I don't want to go through I wonder if we're going to have him there, personal issues off the field. Okay, on the field, he's not getting enough passes. He went, he only got a few attempts, pass attempts this game. Is we're going to lose him mentally? Is he going to check out? Is he not going to be there? So I can't keep playing that game. I want guys who are adults on and off the field. And I understand we all make mistakes. He's been given that grace. But how much more must I extend this grace for to the point where it becomes a detriment to my team? That's where I am with Tyreek Hill, because I just can't keep doing this as I'm trying to build continuity, build something, bounce back from a horrid week one, and move forward. And I'm just looking at, we may have to explore options. His heart wasn't in it. He wants to go. Well, dang it, you know what? Let me find a way to make that happen.
Yeah, I think it's just premature. You got to be very careful because he hasn't been convicted of anything. And
I'm not. I'm talking the team. More so than the legal.
But this is why you're saying this now because of what just came out. You didn't say this before the season. You didn't say this.
Well, I said it last season when he kept.
But I'm saying,
dipping out.
But this is you're saying now to make a move. You can't make a move until this plays out. You need to find out. I'll never forget Dave Anderson, a tremendous sports columnist for the New York Times. He's passed, but he was a tremendous columnist, and there were accusations made about Michael Irvin, and they wrote a column in the New York Times that they should release him, you know what I mean, and get rid of him or whatever, only for what do you think happened? What do you think happened? The woman recanted and took everything back and acknowledged that she made it up. So I don't know what the details are, whatever. So I'm just always careful before. If they go to trial and there's some situation, and then you have a situation where you can make a call. I'll never forget Marv Albert with NBC. And Marv Albert said he was innocent. Remember the biting the woman and the whole 9 yards. And I remember he told them, NBC said, we'll stand by you as long as you don't cop a plea. You said you're innocent. As long as you don't cop a plea. Marv went in, copped a plea, and what do you think NBC did? They fired him right on the spot. So all I'm saying to you is this is Tyreek Hill's resume, rap sheet. This ain't even new. When they gave him that big – go look at his college days and what he did.
I know.
Okay, so now you're looking and going, oh, look at him and what he's – dude, this is what you signed up for when you signed up. And Rob G, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it like some pregnant girlfriend he threw down the stairs, or there was some crazy type behavior back then? And people, because he could play football and catch the football and run like a deer, people overlooked that stuff. Aaron Hernandez, and you know what? He was on some team's do not draft list, and the Patriots said, oh, look at this guy. We're going to be smarter than everybody else. And what happened? Oh, they talked about they got duped. They didn't get duped. He had a rap sheet. He had all this other stuff that people knew about, and and it was allegedly punching and choking his pregnant girlfriend. I knew there was some really bad behavior, and that didn't stop him, is my point. And I'm not making an excuse for him. All I'm saying is they knew all this kind of stuff, and we have to wait and see how this thing plays out. If you just feel like you don't want him on a team anymore because of the other stuff, we're not getting over there, that would be fine. But I'm just saying, off of this alone can't be the reason why. But because we don't know where we are on that.
But that's where we'll fundamentally disagree. Off of this alone, I've had enough, period. I've had enough of headlines.
But you don't even know if this is right, or fair.
But what I'm saying as an organization, I can say I've had enough of headlines. If this was his first one, I get you. Yo, you know what? Something happened at home. Okay,
but you signed him with a ton of headlines already.
Right. Don't keep adding. If I've said we
but what if this is totally false and they made a head? I'm asking you.
I'm answering.
You're saying you don't want my headlines. Say his ex-wife or is lying. Okay, now what?
That's fine for me. The sense is you've had enough. There's called grace. People get a lot of, you know what, stuff happens. We're gonna. And when you know this, when stuff keeps happening to somebody, you go eventually, enough is enough, period, right? And so we already barely wanted to bring you back with all the I'm ready to go, trade me, get me out of here. The team had to have meetings to see how everybody felt about it, all right? We had to have press conferences about
if
that.
they wanted to get rid of him, they could have long gotten rid of him. He could play. That's why they didn't get rid of him.
He barely got back, and he didn't want to play. That's my point. And so at a certain point, how much longer is grace? Listen, and this is where I have to be a prognosticator if I'm the team. We don't look like we're going to be a great team. Do we expect this to be as bad as week 1? No. But when we look up and we're 1-4 or 2-5, how long before that ticking bomb happens again? He's done it multiple times. Get me out of here. I want to be free. Trade me. Hey, boo, Kansas City. And you have to be sometimes saying, this is going to happen. Because this has been the history, and this is what's going to happen. I might as well get out of this early. It's part of my job as a general manager is to have an overarching view of things. I can see this is coming. Quietly behind doors, we ain't as great as we think we are. Losing might be a part of the schedule. We need to jump ahead of this and see if we can, again, either get something for him while we can before he implodes, or before something happens, we lose him off the field stuff.
All right. There's a lot of confirmation bias going on regarding a certain NFL quarterback. We'll get into that next. It is the Odd Couple on the Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
To see some good-looking mugs on YouTube in the US of A. Oh, I know I'm slick.
Remember a couple years ago, there was this Herbert versus Tua thing, right? Herbert versus Tua. Now, it was mainly Emmanuel Acho and others calling out Justin Herbert as, a social media quarterback, a social media sensation. And the idea wasn't that he was on social media, it's that social media likes him more than the reality of who he is as quarterback. And the thing was, hey, Tua is really the better quarterback. And not only did I believe that was laughable at the time, they actually played against each other on Monday Night Football. I went to that game with my son, and I came back, and I think also Stephen A. called out Herbert as well at the time. And I went to that game, and Tyreek Hill made 2 unbelievable plays in the first half. Otherwise, it's non-competitive. It was mostly a non-competitive game. And the takeaway, very, very simply, was if you think those 2 players are anywhere in the same solar system, you haven't actually watched football. Right? You haven't actually watched football. So, knowing that, understanding that, if you've now watched week 1, and I don't want, most opinions have to be willing to evolve or change, because if there's one thing we've learned about early season NFL, it's whatever you saw this weekend, very, very normally, half the teams will look completely different. Is there anybody in this room that would now take Tua over Justin Herbert?
I don't think that it's been that way in a while.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. But now it's like there's just no way. And there's like, they picked the wrong horse. That's it. And they've tried to put him in the perfect situation, and that perfect situation continues to be less perfect because you can only provide so much space and timing for a guy for a period of time before everybody kind of figures it out. I'm not saying Tua stinks, but I think it's going to be a tough year for him as they're trying to figure out how to get the ball to Tyreek Hill in space, and others have figured out how to take that away. Hill is frustrated. And Tua doesn't look like he has the ability to elevate a team if he can't do it on time and on target. He can't do it on his own. Herbert does.
Fox Sports Radio, it is The Odd Couple. He's Rob Parker. I'm Kelvin Washington. On a Trash Talking Tuesday, about 20 minutes or so away from that.
That's right. And if you want to trash Kelvin today, it's all right.
You didn't even believe it when you said it, Rob. If you want to trash Kelvin, you ain't even believe it. We got achy knees, stiff back, joints not cooperating. Some days your body is just like, nah. And on those days, luckily there's Aleve. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep it moving. Please use as directed. We got Kyle Slaughter, former NFL quarterback, going to join us here in about 6 minutes or so. So we got a packed hour for you, hour 2 here on The Odd Couple. JJ McCarthy. Again, we talked about that game first hour, more so on the Bears side of things. If you look at what he was able to do the first tale of two halves, between the two quarterbacks, my goodness, the first one looked like JJ McCarthy needed to go home. Second half, he looks like Josh Allen, who?
I don't know about that. He only had 140 yards. I mean, let's not act like he was like he threw for 300 yards. He had 140 yards. They won the game, but he wasn't like. Did he set the world on fire?
He did actually.
Did he?
The second half.
No, I don't think
He really did though, Rob. Like the fourth quarter specifically.
Third quarter, people were still the same thing that they had before. You didn't even know he could throw.
I didn't.
And everybody. And I'm just saying. Only reason I bring you up, you're a Michigan guy. You watched supposedly all the games, and you said you didn't know that he was.
He never had to be what he had to be yesterday. He didn't have to bring the team back. He had to make a pass here or there. So that was incredible. And for him to have to be the guy to bring his team back. And he was able to do that. He's the first player since Cam Newton with 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown in their NFL debut. And all 3 of those came in the fourth quarter, Rob. Yeah, that's pretty Superman, superhero-ish when you got 3 of those in the fourth quarter.
Talking about the numbers.
But I'm saying, to have 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarters is crazy numbers. He ended up having, again, 13 to 20 for the 143 in the total game, but that second half for him. And I attributed a lot of it to when we talked about, you asked me yesterday, who did I think was going to be in the game? And I thought it would be verbatim. I was just talking about Kevin O'Connell, what he brings to the quarterback position, how he helps coaches them up. I thought that was absolutely a great choice and a great land for JJ McCarthy because he didn't have to pass a lot in college. He's not one of those quarterbacks who everything was on his arm. He, to me, got to develop a year, injured, still got to develop mentally, watch film, all of that with Kevin O'Connell, who we saw what he did with Dobbs. We saw what he did with Kirk Cousins, saw what he did with Sam Darnold. And in that second half, they made adjustments, and he was able to get the best out of JJ McCarthy. Do I expect him to look that clean as he did in the fourth quarter every game? No. But kudos to him and, again, Kevin O'Connell for coming up with a great game plan and adjusting because we all know that in sports, it's adjustments, right? Second half, what are we going to do? How can we get better? He made some big throws and even used his legs. And, again, I was impressed by that because coming from seeing him play when I as a Michigan guy, he didn't have to do that. Jim Harbaugh said, run, make a pass for us every now and again. Run, defense, get us the ball, run, make a pass here. So for him to have to be on his arm, that was impressive. I didn't know he could do that.
No, I mean, when you win the game at the end, obviously, if they would have lost the game, there would have been a lot of question marks still on how bad he looked to start. It's always about winning. Winning erases everything. Nobody cares about the first 3 quarters if you make the big shot at the end or, you score. You could go scoreless. If you made the winning basket, people don't care about that. And the same thing.
Scoreless is crazy.
I'm talking about early on. And people came with their hot takes, and there were all kinds of stuff. It's about winning. That's what erases everything. Like seriously, that's all people. And that's why I always say, you have a short menu in sports. It's wins and losses. That's all it really is, and not being close and all that. I hear it in the NFL. They lost 8 games by less than a touchdown. Yes, that's the nature of the game.
See, I don't buy that,
Most games are decided by that. No, it's true.
No, what I mean is I don't think you can I don't think just wins and losses. Like, for instance, let's say for whatever reasons a Hail Mary happened, the Bears win. I think if you're Ben Johnson, you're upset with how you won. Meaning, yes, the win, we take the – oh, absolutely.
Only fans are into that. That's ridiculous. It's about winning.
Of course it's about winning.
It's style points. You don't have to win by 40 points to be good.
But what I'm trying to say is J.J. McCarthy could have absolutely played horrible and still won. Those 2 things can exist.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're missing my point. It still comes down to winning and losing. And my point is, sure, you can clean stuff up. Sure, you want the games to be smoother and play better and not make turnovers. But that doesn't mean ultimately the reason you go out there is to win the game.
Right.
And you'll take it anyway. When the Mets won the World Series in 1986 and the ball went through Bill Buckner's legs, nobody goes in and goes, oh, yeah, we won the game. It was an unbelievable World Series game. But did we have to win on the error? It was an error by the first base. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares.
Right. So what I'm saying is for him to come in and get that win and bounce back from a first quarter and a half or half and a half of the third and look bad, and then the contrast to Caleb Williams, who started off hot, that will be you use the word, the win. That's the one thing Jim Harbaugh and others said about him is he's an absolute winner. He finds ways to win, and JJ McCarthy. And he was able to do that in his first debut. So credit him. And again, Kevin O'Connell, because what he's been able to do with quarterbacks, my goodness, he is definitely quarterback whisperer right now. Kyle Slaughter, speaking of quarterback, former NFL quarterback, on the way. We'll talk to him in just a little bit, get his thoughts on some of the NFL headlines. Right now, Steve DeSager, what's trending?
The 49ers today placed tight end George Kittle on injured reserve with his bad hamstring, so he'll miss at least 4 games. San Francisco waived kicker Jake Moody and signed kicker Eddie Pinheiro. Moody was drafted in the 3rd round 2 years ago. He was 11 of his last 20 on field goals. 49ers wide receiver Juwan Jennings is day-to-day with a shoulder injury. The league will not suspend Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter further for spitting, having already missed the opener. He forfeits 1 game check. Green Bay gave wide receiver Christian Watson a 1-year extension. The Steelers signed safety Jabril Peppers. The Chicago Bulls re-signed guard Josh Giddey to a 4-year deal worth $100 million. To Major League Baseball, Houston leads 2-0 at Toronto, bottom of the 5th. No hits for the Blue Jays yet, but the starting pitcher for Houston, Luis Garcia, left in the 2nd inning with what they call a sore elbow. He is coming off Tommy John rehab. At Yankee Stadium, New York's Aaron Judge with his 44th home run of the season. The Yankees and Tigers are tied 2-2 going to the 6th. Cubs lead 2-1 at Atlanta, bottom of the 5th inning. Cubs star outfielder Kyle Tucker was finally placed on the IL with a strained calf. The Phillies lead the Mets 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning. The Phillies are already the first-place team in the NL East by 8 games over the Mets. Ranger Suarez went 6 scoreless innings with 12 strikeouts tonight for Philadelphia. The Guardians lead Kansas City 2-0 in the top of the 9th. Among the games later, and there are plenty, starting in an hour, it's San Francisco hosting Arizona. Giants 3 games out of the last NL wildcard. The Padres will host the Reds, and the starter for San Diego, Michael King, finally off the injured list after shoulder and knee problems. And at 10 p.m. Eastern, the Dodgers will host Colorado. LA catcher Will Smith returns after the bruised hand. His backup catcher, Dalton Rushing, is on the IL with a bruised leg. And the Dodgers are first place for now in the NL West, a game over the Padres. Boston's at the A's. Boston plays starting pitcher Dustin May, ex-Dodger, on the injured list. Back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. We are the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Trash Talking Tuesday coming up soon, about 10, 12 minutes or so. We got Kyle Sloter. Kyle, former NFL quarterback, joining us now on this Trash Talking Tuesday. Kyle, what's up, man? How you doing?
No doubt. What's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Appreciate you having me.
Doing good, man. We were just talking about JJ McCarthy. Horrible first half. I mean,
First 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, and then folks, I'd imagine, he's probably feeling like, what the heck's going on? This is how my debut supposed to be. Bounces back second half, and specifically the 4th quarter. 3 touchdowns there. Played amazingly well in that quarter. What did you make of his start there and being able to overcome a bad first half?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good description of things from the way that I saw things. Not a great start in watching the film. I think, he was kind of put in some tough positions. I'd love to see him learn to process the pre-snap stuff a little bit faster, kind of evidenced by the delay of game stuff. But no, overall, I think it's about bouncing back. That's what playing quarterback in the NFL is, going in there, throwing a pick 6, and kind of what looked like everything going against you and being able to bounce back and finish strong and ultimately get a win. That's what people remember in the end. He threw a couple good passes there for touchdowns and ran one in. So, as a Vikings fan, we're looking for wins.
Viking fans no doubt feel better about the idea of not having Sam Darnold, even though I was not. I thought that was the right move. I didn't buy into Sam Darnold and the whole idea of he had turned a corner or whatever and was going to be great for the next 10 years or whatever. Were you surprised that they didn't want to go with Sam Darnold?
I was. I'm with you to an extent. I don't think that he was worth the price tag that they ultimately paid for him. Would have liked to see him come back on a cheaper price tag, kind of a hometown discount in a place that, he saw a lot of success. But, you draft a first-round guy. Ultimately, those guys are going to play. We know how that game plays out with GMs. And, they have to play to make those guys look good. So it was JJ McCarthy's time. he struggled initially. I thought he did some things well. I thought he moved around well. That was really positive to see. His legs are going to be a weapon. For the most part, I think I saw some pretty good accuracy. I think he needs probably a little bit more help from play calling, getting under center, probably doing a little bit more play action, make things easier on him. Justin Jefferson had some uncharacteristic drops, and then on one didn't get his depth to be able to get a first down. So there's some things that, the team could do to help him out in certain situations. There's some things that he can do to help himself out. Rough start, but that's probably to be expected from a guy that, didn't play at all last year, didn't play in the preseason this year. And then from a guy like Justin Jefferson, who in my opinion is the best receiver in the NFL, has been limited all camp with a hamstring injury and is shaking some rust off himself. So in my opinion, I think that's probably the worst we're going to see the Minnesota Vikings offense. Kevin O'Connell trying to figure out, what can I do well with the pieces that I have? Every situation is a little bit different. But no, I thought the ability to bounce back and get a win against a Chicago team that I thought started out strong, but they kind of turned into the old Chicago Bears that we've come to know and love as Vikings fans after that first drive.
Let me ask you this. We got Kyle Sloter on with this odd couple, Robin Kelvin, on the Trash Talking Tuesday. Let me ask you, you played the position. You know how difficult it is to play quarterback in the NFL. I want to go to the other side of that. Caleb Williams, you kind of saw the good and the bad. First half, he was on fire, using his legs, making good passes, very efficient. And then the second half, what happened? If you were sitting in the coach's room with him, what would you say that you saw?
Yeah, I think he got away from his progressions a little bit. He wasn't really tying his feet to the play, started to hold on to the ball a little bit more. Some things that we saw from him last season started to creep back in, whereas I thought his first half, he played a very decisive, get the ball out of my hands style of play. And then I also liked what he did in protecting the football in the first half and making plays with his legs. He looked like he had a little bit more explosiveness this time around than last year in the run game, particularly his own legs. I don't think they did a great job of protecting him, and eventually those hits, they take a toll over time, especially mentally. Not knowing, am I going to get hit in this situation every single time I drop back? It felt like he ended up on the ground a lot. So he kind of reverted back to his old ways, and would like to see him stay on schedule. You kind of see the frustration on Ben Johnson's face, and then not staying on schedule leads to inaccuracies. You saw him overthrow guys. It felt like towards the end there, I was texting a couple buddies like, man, he's missing every single throw high right now, and sometimes it's just from anticipating a hit, and sometimes that's from guys in your face. So probably a couple things to clean up there on the offensive line as well.
I want to ask you, just watching quarterbacks and Aaron Rodgers' debut with the Steelers, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Just your thought. He's 41 years old. This is why the Steelers waited for him. They think that if they have the running game and the defense, and they just need a quarterback who can make plays. What did you make of that, especially since they couldn't run the ball and their defense wasn't good, and yet they still won the game?
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers kind of showed us all that he still has the juice. You give him time back there, and even in situations where he didn't have time, he has that ability to, throw without, from different platforms, I should say, kind of unique arm angles that a lot of guys don't have in their arsenal. Just one of the best to ever do it. With a guy like that, you know what you're getting. You're getting a guy that sees the game from an angle that very few have ever seen it from. He knows all the looks. He knows where the defense is going to be before they even know where they're going to be. He knows how to manipulate them, and he knows how to put his guys. I think that's one of the most important things when you think about a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers is in that fold, is how do I change plays and put guys in the correct positions to have success based on the looks that I'm seeing. And, that's kind of the big difference between you go from an Aaron Rodgers to a JJ McCarthy making his first start, who's just trying to keep his head above water at times, is, you're not going to show Aaron Rodgers any looks that he hasn't seen. He's seen it all, and he knows how to beat you and get into the best play.
Yeah, you just mentioned it. You talked about Caleb and JJ getting those feet set and kind of being, ready and poised to make those passes. That's something Aaron Rodgers has done for decades now, pretty much. All right. Appreciate you, Kyle. Thank you as always, brother. Hopefully you have a good week.
That's right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
No doubt. All right, Rob, it's time. 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Trash Talkin' Tuesday. If you're on YouTube, you see it right there. Okay, we got a new logo for it too. Woo-hoo-hoo. Trash Talkin' Tuesday. You want to get in? 877-99 on Fox. You can trash anybody. We will shut up. We will not interfere. We will not interrupt. 877-99 on Fox. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Trash Talkin' Tuesday on the Odd Couple. Get those cans to the curb.
What are you, garbage man?
Call us right now at 877-99 on Fox.
Let's go here because I got to give you the business because you spent
from the Fox.
You spent the whole offseason ripping to shreds Aaron Rodgers that he can't play and why in the world would the Steelers wait for him and they're dumb and they don't have and they don't have a plan and Aaron Rodgers this and that and you could not have been more wrong about whether or not the guy can still play. And yesterday, Bucky Brooks, to me, you did a Bucky Brooks, where Bucky Brooks came on this show, said Aaron Rodgers was washed up and he should go to Chicago and finish his career. That was before he won the back-to-back MVPs. That was Bucky Brooks, who said he was washed up back then. And you spent all offseason talking about what a mistake the Steelers made. And he's 41.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you get a context of what I said.
No, but he's 41. No, but you said they made a mistake and you wouldn't have waited and all that. No.
Finish the why, Rob.
No, you said he couldn't play. You said he couldn't play. What'd you say?
Not at all what I said.
Yes, you did.
Rob G sits here every day. Never said Aaron Rodgers couldn't play. He had 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
No, you said those numbers. You said those numbers were terrible.
Build for the
nobody
future
cares
is what
about
I said.
the future. There's no such thing.
That's what I said.
There's no such thing.
Now you can go. Just make sure you say what I said.
The future is now. You're trying to win now. And yesterday was a perfect example of why the Steelers wanted Aaron Rodgers. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't stop anybody on defense, and they still won the game because he played well. 73% completions, back shoulder throws. He was able to do a thing that a lot of guys can't do, which is quarterback at a high volume and high quality. He played extreme, and he doesn't turn the ball over. He'll give you a chance to win. And a lot of people took their time and spent all summer bashing him right? People forget that last year, go look at the numbers. He was coming off the Achilles, right? He was coming off of the injury. And he got better. Rob G, we've talked about these numbers in the second half of the season as he got more healthy. This past offseason, it just doesn't make any sense to me. He's not training camp. He's not taking any snaps. He got new receivers. He's got a new offense. Oh, my God, this is going to be a disaster. Where are all those people who hoped and prayed that this would be a disaster? You can't sit here now and say to yourself that the Steelers were crazy. They got dividends on game one, which is a great game one on the road where you can't run the damn ball. You're one-dimensional with a and you get a W.
All you're doing is furthering my point. The Steelers can't run the ball, which looks like they may not be able to run the ball at all.
You think they're going to run the ball all season? Come on, man.
No, I'm saying a prolific running team. They might run the ball better than that. Aaron Rodgers did this against a guy who was supposed to be nothing. All we heard offseason was Justin Fields ain't good. Justin Fields look horrible. Justin Fields ain't that. Justin Fields played Dagner just as good as Aaron Rodgers.
Did he win the game?
And Aaron Rodgers.
Did he win the game?
And Aaron Rodgers.
Did he win the game?
And Aaron Rodgers, you're acting like this is the Super Bowl.
They ran for 300 yards on the ground. That's why Justin Fields.
That's the concern.
He can't throw the ball. He has to run the ball.
What do you mean? He threw the ball to 200-plus yards and a touchdown.
No, he has to run the ball. If they don't run for for 200-plus yards. He's not viable. That's what the problem
They
is.
had put 400 yards of total offense on the Steelers. You had the
Did
Jets.
they win?
A Justin Fields-led team by the Jets put 400 yards up on your head.
Did they
because
win?
Listening to you,
Did they win?
Justin Fields can't play.
Did they
Justin
win?
Fields
No.
ain't that. It's the last time you can play this, Alex. Summer's leaving us. Fox Sports Radio, The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Getting to those here in just a minute. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, they'll come right to where you are. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. It is time now for Trash Talking Tuesday.
Don't you ever talk about me! It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right. Trash Talking Tuesday.
Let's get started. Pierce in Albany. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Pierce, who you trashing?
Pierce.
I'm trashing the NFL. You're being a clingy girlfriend. I needed you on Sunday. I needed like a little on Saturday, maybe some Monday. Every day of the week. I got shit to do. I got a family.
All right. Well, we might have trashed you now, Pierce. Dang it, Pierce. We wanted to hear what you had to say.
Vince in Las Vegas. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Who you trashing, Vince?
Man, I'm trashing the Los Angeles Chokers, man. I'm over here in Las Vegas, born and raised Raider fan, man. We got Monday night. Hey, you think the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens was fireworks? Get ready for Monday night, fellas. We're going to trash these chokers, and we're going to put them back in their place. They're chokers. We're going to send their asses back to L.A. I want Charger fans to come in with that BS job. Man, you see what we got. We got Pete Carroll. We got Geno Smith, who, by the way, is leading the NFL in passing yards. Yeah, go and look that up. We didn't beat New England and Josh Mick, you know what? But for disrupting our team, man, we back on deck, and this game is going to prove who's the big dog in the division and the AFC West. I appreciate y'all, fellas.
All right, Vince. There you go.
Rob G, Doc, did you call in? I thought you were the only Raider fan. There you go. You got you and Vince.
877-99 on Fox. What about Ben in Seattle? You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Who are you trashing, Ben?
I'm trashing Rob. Rob, why does it seem that you only show up to work whenever you are right? Remember when you said Shiro Sanders was going to be cut? Nobody heard from you when he made the team. But now Detroit is doing bad. You showed up. If I was the mayor in Detroit, Rob, I would revoke your citizenship and kick you out and move you to New York. You can't wait to watch Aaron Rodgers fit every time you come on the show. Sometimes I feel like you from New York, Rob. All right, thanks, fellas.
Wow.
Boy, the way he was talking like he was from Detroit, I thought I was Ben Johnson.
Braxton from Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Who you trashing, Braxton?
I'm trashing the Lions. I'm a fan, but the way that they just got dominated, both sides of the ball from Green Bay, I love them to death, but those moves that we didn't make and did make on the offseason, it wasn't happy. I didn't like it whatsoever.
All right. Thank you, Braxton.
We got it.
Appreciate you.
How about Jake in Idaho Falls? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who are you trashing, Jake?
Man, I'm trashing everybody in the media, including my boy Colin Cowherd, disrespecting the Minnesota Vikings. Been telling everyone that KOC is the real deal. He makes Joshua Dobbs look good, Nick Mullins look good, Kirk Cousins look good. Why would he not make JJ McCarthy look good? We got Brian Flores on defense. We got all the guys. We got stag roster, and all I hear is Micah Parsons, Packers, Detroit this. Well, look who's coming, boys. Love your show. Have a great day.
Thank
No doubt.
you.
Appreciate it.
John, is that Clovis, California? You're on the Odd Couple
New
Fox
city. I ain't
Sports
never heard of
Radio.
Clovis.
John, who you trashing?
John?
Well, I want to start out by trashing Rob because I was listening to the intro to y'all's show, The Odd Couple, and it sounds like it's just Odd Rob if you go back and compare when Chris was on the show. But really who I want to trash is Chicago Bears, man. Them false starts just really hurt their momentum. You're at home. You're honoring the 85 team, and you're going to do that?
All right.
Appreciate it.
Joseph in Indiana, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Joseph?
I'm trashing the biggest bust in NFL history, Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is a player that should have never been drafted because he took himself out of the game because he was tired. I get tired all the time at work. Do you see me going home when I want to? Offensive linemen can't do that. Ryan Leaf's a better player than he is. Anthony Richardson, go play for some flag football because you can't stay healthy. You're built like a glass house.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right. Eddie in El Paso, Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Eddie?
Yeah, I wanted to trash Rob Parker along with his manager or agent for not for not requesting to be on the Greg Gutfeld show. You would be so perfect for that show with your comedic lines and your views on politics. And best of all, Rob, you could ask Chris Broussard if you could stay at his house while you're there, and you can go over old times. Thanks for taking my call, Rob.
All right. Thank you.
What show?
Orlando in El Paso, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Orlando?
Hey, guys. I'm trashing myself because I had said Aaron Rodgers was as washed as my dishes from my dishwasher, and he proved me wrong. So, again, I'll leave my crow. All right?
All right, Orlando.
Cousin Ryan Franco, shout out to him from the Steeler Nation.
All right, that's fair.
Hey, listen, shout out to you. Man enough to admit it.
Me and Orlando, when we're wrong, we're wrong. I mean, everybody can't do it.
How bad do you think the Jets feel knowing that he scored 4 touchdowns, only did 4 snaps his first year
I know. There you go.
Crazy.
4 snaps. Unbelievable.
You know he had a whole other year, though, Alex, right?
I don't care.
Okay. It's sort of like,
I'm trashing Kelvin Washington. Spectrum changed you. Used to be a man with hot takes. Go out on the limb.
Have you ever known me?
Now he's milk toast.
Yeah.
Now you're just a watered down bowl of Cheerios.
Exactly.
I don't think you've known me without spec. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe a few months.
Rob G, what do you got?
I'm trashing Roger Goodell for that soft punishment he laid down on Jalen Carter. He might as well be Adam Silver. Can you believe what he just did? Jalen Carter committed a hate crime against a Native American man by the name of Dakota Rain Prescott. That was assault. And for him to only get a half a game fine and a half a suspension doesn't mean anything to me.
Is that you or me? Who
that's
you
me
doing?
and you together.
That's what I
It sounded like a Rob. That's all I know. Rob G,
like
Rob
me.
Parker, one of the
I
Robs.
just wanted to get in the hate crime part. That's all.
Yeah. Rob, you know what's the best part?
What's that?
Seeing Rob G's legs swing as he says all that.
Oh, man.
I'm glad the camera's above the desk instead of below.
Yeah,
It's
you
hard to
want
look
the,
tough
you
when
want the
your feet
Apple
are
box?
swinging.
It's over here somewhere. I can swing that in there for you. Hey, I'm telling you, Dak got away with some of that too, by the way.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I'm trashing Alex right now for thinking it's 7 o'clock.
Wait, we're not done?
I'm trashing Alex.
How much truth is there in the Dolphins Tyreek Hill trade rumors? How much truth is there in that? This is the naked truth. It is the naked truth. Tyreek Hill is finished in Miami. Dunskies, cooked. It's all over, right? Stick a fork in him, whatever kind of cliche you want to use here. We've seen this movie before. In fact, we saw this movie last year with Devontae Adams, who was sending these vague comments out with the Raiders and then ended up getting traded to the Jets. How'd that work out? But so this movie is a repeat. The names have changed a little bit. The story is the same. You got a big name wideout, big money wideout, who's still living off the brand. Got to live off the brand, right? Living off the reputation. But the reality of the situation, Tyreek Hill, the last time he had a 100-yard game in the NFL was over a year ago. Holy cheetah, Batman. Yes, a year. You could have grown a beard. You could have raised a child from conception. You could have turned to the cosmos, the space-time odyssey, and you could have watched Earth's orbit for a year since the last time Tyreek Hill cracked the 100-yard barrier. It's been now over a year. And Tyreek also has a nice fat salary of $36 million. Good for him. So the way he's playing over the last year, Tyreek Hill, that is bank robbery. Bank robbery is what it really is. I mean, the Dolphins are the one. They've got the gun to their head on this one. They gave him the contract. Man. So they've got to do something sooner than later if you're the Dolphins. You know, you shoulda, coulda, woulda traded Tyreek Hill. We advise you, yet again, the council of the overnight not listened to. Bad job by the Miami Dolphins. They think they're smarter than everyone else. You could have traded Tyreek Hill in February. You could have traded him in March. You could have worked out agreement in April before the draft, and instead here we are in September, and nothing. Who goofed? I've got to know. Now, the Chiefs and Steelers, as you might have suspected, are being tossed around as the most likely suitors for Tyreek Hill. Now, if I was the New England Patriots, I would be attempting to acquire. The problem is Hill's washed up, though. See, that's the thing. Like, if you're getting the good Tyreek Hill, okay, and there's that dead cat bounce where if he goes to a new team, he might play well for a week or two or something like that. But the teams, he's an acquired taste with the amount of money he's making. You look around the NFL, and the Steelers and the Chiefs are the most likely because the Steelers, they're going for it. They're all excited because they looked pretty good against the Jets on offense. Their defense was all messed up. And so the Steelers and the Chiefs are like hyenas, and they're waiting for the carcass to fully rot, and then they're going to go in and have a nice meal. And Kansas City could sell a reunion tour, and everyone's feeling giddy and all that. The Chiefs need some help on offense the way they played in the opener against the Chargers. But there's sound of them right there. But buyer beware, though. It is buyer beware, right? It's the old falling star thing. We talk about that. Don't let a falling star fall on you. And that is the personification of Tyreek Hill at this particular point.
At Philadelphia, Kyle Schwarber has hit his 50th homer of the year. The Phillies now lead 7-2 over the Mets. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Phils looking to take now a 9-game lead over the Mets in the NL East standings. At Yankee Stadium, New York's Aaron Judge with his 44th home run, but the Tigers have taken the lead over the Yanks 4-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Houston leads 3-1 at Toronto now. Bottom of the 6th, Houston starter Luis Garcia left with what was termed a sore elbow. He is coming off Tommy John rehab. The Rays lead 4-1 at the White Sox in the 5th inning. Rangers out to a 1-0 lead on the Brewers in the bottom of the 3rd. The 49ers place tight end George Kittle on injured reserve with his bad hamstring, so he'll miss at least 4 games. San Francisco waived kicker Jake Moody. The league will not suspend Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter further for spitting, having already missed the opener. He forfeits 1 game check. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
On a Trash Talking Tuesday, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, we are the Odd Couple here on Fox Sports Radio. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, it's Foul Affair with J.R. Gamble, the managing editor from MLBBro.com. Also, last call. If you didn't get a chance to get in, you can still get in on last call. We'd like to have fun right there.
That's right.
Rob G., there was a lot of playing of the what-if game, I guess. Is that what I would call it? The what-if game and talking about Aaron Rodgers' performance against the Jets?
That's right, because yesterday, Rob Parker, you were celebrating Aaron Rodgers' performance like his name was Aaron Judge. I mean, 22 of 30, 244, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Nothing to sneeze at in a win for the Pittsburgh Steelers against his former team, the New York Jetropolitans.
Don't get too saucy. I think you're getting a little saucy.
But one person who was not excited about what he saw from Aaron Rodgers was, of course, an anonymous coach. Because, anytime they got something negative to say, it's always anonymous.
Was that Robert Saleh?
It might have been. It could have been. But the Athletics' Mike Sando, friend of the show.
Don't put my name on this, but
friend of the show, Mike Sando, caught up to a couple of anonymous coaches to get his thoughts on the debut performances of several NFL quarterbacks making their first appearance with a new franchise. So Geno Smith, obviously JJ McCarthy, his first action, Caleb Wood, goes down the list. Aaron Rodgers, of course, though, is the biggest name, so we got the biggest feature. And in the explanation, an anonymous coach who came away less than impressed with Rodgers had this to say about his performance. Quote, "He cannot get away from the rush anymore, but he can move in the pocket and deliver those wrist flicks accurately with or without his feet on the ground." Rodgers, of course, took 4 sacks, 3 other hits, including a couple that were really jarring hits. The coach continues, "What he has to watch out for, though, is those wrist flicks. They turn in interceptions later in the year. The 4 TDs, what everybody sees, nobody pays attention to the 2 dropped interceptions or the fact that just 4 or 5 years ago, he'd go 5 games without one of those," end quote.
Yeah. My only issue is we could play this what-if game for everybody. I mean, I just like to say dropped in, like this is football. This happens to everybody. Rob G., who do we have on the show from Football Focus? Sam Monson, who said this was the year, what was the year that they went to the Super Bowl, Rob G? And said 2 years ago, Patrick Mahomes had the most interception worthy, is that what it was deemed, like turnover worthy. And there's some stat where, a guy should have caught the ball, and they look at it and say that should have been an interception or whatever. And I guess you could sit there and play that. There were the two people drop. I just watched too many big games. Did you watch Tom Brady against the Kansas City Chiefs, where he threw a game-losing pick and D Ford lined up off sides? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody go back and go, "Oh, Tom Brady shouldn't have won that Super Bowl because he really shouldn't have. He threw a pick and D Ford lined up like that happened." How about Matthew Stafford? Will we think differently of Matthew Stafford? And what's his name? Something Tart.
Sequoski Tart.
From the 49ers. You remember that?
Sequoski
Tart.
That's a name, boy.
I know. But you haven't heard from him. Rob G, did he ever play again?
He was out of the league after that game.
Yeah.
He Kelvin, do you remember?
Yeah.
I mean, Stafford threw the ball right to him. You could have thrown that ball 100 times. And you would catch it 100 times, or at least 90, and he missed it. He dropped it. Like the reaction, and it, of course, opened the door for them to win. So I'm just, sure. Interceptions, it's just a part of the game. You still have to make plays. Yes. People are going to drop interceptions sometime. People are going to throw interceptions sometime. He's 41, yes. Do you expect him to be as agile as he was before? No. And he did. He got sacked, 3 or 4 times? 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get sacked. He can't get – he used to be elusive. You remember that?
Yeah,
His
that was
heyday.
one of his strengths.
Oh, my God. You better not rush on him because he would make you miss. I remember he made people miss at the goal line. You know that? He used to do a couple of moves and whatnot. But I don't know. I just think that's the what-if game in the NFL just doesn't do anything for me. I just think there's too many circumstances or scenarios that you could do that. I just talked about it with the kicker, Santos. If he kicks the field goal, you know what I mean, that might have changed the game, and you wouldn't be talking about JJ McCarthy. We could just go on and on and on.
You're going to be shocked to know that I actually agree with your sentiment. Reason I say that is Aaron Rodgers, if for nothing else, if one thing you could say about his career, he's not a turnover machine. Aaron Rodgers doesn't turn the ball over for, call it 20 years now, however long it's been officially. So I'm not overly worried about him in the turnover machine. I mean, last year I think he had 11 interceptions, which is high for him given the history. Secondly, the man is 41. If there's going to be a slight decline, it's going to happen to a 41-year-old. So I don't expect him to look like 28, 27, 30-year-old Aaron Rodgers. So I'm okay with that. And you got to make plays to win. Now, what I would be more interested in is a conversation of what he was started with when you talk about the pressure. And we saw it. Now, Caleb Williams is nowhere near the career of Aaron Rodgers. But what pressure does, right? Pressure when you get to a quarterback. I'll give you an example. Jared Goff. Jared Goff is the highest, most efficient quarterback when he's not pressured in the NFL the last couple of years. When he's pressure, Rob, he drops to 28th. So when you can get pressure on a quarterback, they change. Some of the best can handle it. Some of the best can see it in advance. And so I will be interested to see, as you mentioned, if teams can get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, say, hey, to your point, he used to be really mobile. He's not as mobile as he used to be. Still maybe trying to check that Achilles. I know it's been a year plus. Let's get pressure on him. We'll see how he handles that. Also, I'm looking at this. Can the Steelers, more than Aaron Rodgers, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be efficient. Do I think he's going to throw 4 touchdowns every game? No. Do I think he's going to have horrid games? No. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be efficient. Can they get a running game to support him? Because if
they get a running game, they're going to be in business.
I worry about that because they didn't have a running game last year, and they had beggar backs. They had Harris. They had ability to run. That's what we kind of had banked on the Steelers. If they can't get a running game, and you put Aaron Rodgers in a position where you're down and he's forced to pass, now here comes that pressure because pinning our ears back, we're going at him. We know he has to pass. I don't think Aaron Rodgers can go and win you games. So
why didn't that happen against the Jets? Because they weren't running the Steelers weren't running the ball.
Right.
So why couldn't they have?
Because the Jets, we talked about it. In fact, it was one of the big points you always brought up. The Jets' defense ain't what we thought it would be. Last year,
it hasn't been for years.
And so my
they
point is,
did that like 3 years ago. Everybody thought, they got a Super Bowl
I don't know
defense.
if they thought Rex Ryan was coming through the door.
But they haven't been good for a couple of years.
So that defense on paper, you hear the Jets and you just think of defensive. They haven't been good. They haven't been great. So Aaron Rodgers took full advantage of that, as he's capable of. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. And also, if I'm the Steelers, I'm looking at this schedule, Rob, and I'm saying, listen, an NFL game is hard. I don't care who you're playing. But dang it, we got a decently favorable schedule. You got the Seahawks. You're hosting them. They're not world beaters. Then you got the Patriots, again, not world beaters.
3-0.
And then you go to the Vikings. I would expect that to be a difficult one. Could be a loss, but that's a tough game. Browns, defensively, they're going to be solid. They're going to be good. But you'd say we got a chance. It's going to be a divisional game. Myles Garrett's going to go crazy. But you feel like we got a shot in that one. And then you got the Bengals following that. So, again, defense is not great. You could maybe put up some points. Finally, you go to the Packers. Then you go to the Colts. My point is, they've got a stretch where if they can find a way to get a running game, defense can be what it's supposed to be, because you're not supposed to let Justin Fields go crazy on you, and that offense running the ball as well, almost 400 yards. They can have a decent start. So that's how I would be viewing these things if I'm the Steelers. Now, again, they can't be behind, because I don't believe Aaron Rodgers is built to come from behind at this stage of his career.
Were they behind in the Jets game?
Actually, don't remember the.
They were down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't think he is built to do that for a sustained season. I just don't think that's fair to ask of him at 41 years old.
But they were down 2 touchdowns on the road.
Right, and I don't think you can
with
sustain
no running game. No, nobody's saying you cannot go do that every night. But I don't think anybody is.
They got the fumble kick return and got the ball back for them.
It's called football.
Yeah, right. So what I'm saying is,
it doesn't mean that you're going to get a touchdown.
They have to be able to use the clock up. And again, I think he is going to be, at best, a really good game manager, which is perfectly fine for how they view themselves.
I think he's better than a game manager. He can still throw the football. Game manager means you just.
I think it's exactly what he is to me.
I don't think so.
No. Game manager is, you can make some plays here or there. I don't need you to go for 380, 4 touchdowns regularly. Game manager is $180, 210. We move the ball, got a third down here or there. We obviously run the ball, but yeah, that's just, you don't hurt us. You don't turn the ball over a lot. I think that can be a compliment if their defense is what they think it is, and they get a run game. His whole thing is not to hurt him. Russell Wilson started off white hot, then he started to be a part of the issue. Started to turn the ball over, started to hurt them, started to make air passes.
I thought they didn't run the ball.
They couldn't run the ball. That's what I'm saying. All these things, because you can't put it on Russell Wilson at this point in his life. I don't believe you can put it on Aaron Rodgers as much where he is in his career. So that's what I'm saying. If they're built to be him to be a glorified game manager, they can be all right. But I don't like their roster offensively right now. We'll have to wait and see. It's week 1. But I don't know if that roster is as good as they would hope it is going to be as they go down this season, throughout the season. But Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he's going to turn.
We have a bet, don't we, on their win total? Right? We have a bet.
I don't even remember what the bet is.
Yeah, wasn't it? I said they'd win over 10 games. 10 games. I think that was the number.
I don't remember. We can find it. I'm down with that bet, by the way, but I don't remember exactly what the bet was.
Yeah. It was a pair of Jordans, but we'll talk about it.
It wasn't a pair of Jordans. Don't try to sneak that on there.
It was Rob G. It was Jordans.
Don't put no Jordans on that.
Yeah.
You can put it on the line still. I'm down 0-1, and I'll still give you the Jordans.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, look, you see,
want to do that?
Now we could do that. We could do that, but it's funny. He didn't want to bet it before, and it's too late. You're going to wait till the season start to make a bet
on the Lions?
Yeah.
We already got a bet. The Wings.
No, I know, but you had a chance to make a bet.
No. I tried to do Jordans. You wouldn't do it.
No, you did not. No, we did not.
Do we have to?
No, we did not.
Bro, you want 2 microwave takes in one day? No. Do you want 2 in a day?
No, I did. What? It's got to be a commercial break so you could go in and tape it.
Do you want 2 in a day?
Is that what you're doing?
That's the best part. Is all our stuff is on YouTube too. So stuff's shout out to YouTube, by the way. That stuff is already there. I wanted to put some Jordans on that. I was confident about the Lions making the postseason. I wanted to put some J's on that. You wouldn't. Now I got to just give Louisiana a rub.
We made
and hot honey wings.
I gave you a Jordan's bet. Let's make a Jordan bet on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Lions.
Why? You said that you don't think they're going to.
Because you're emphatic about the Lions.
No, but why won't you make that bet?
Because I'm emphatic about the Lions making the postseason. You are emphatic about them
No,
Not.
but you said that they made a mistake signing Aaron Rodgers, that they can't run the football.
They can't.
The defense. Why wouldn't you take that 10
I'm not
wins?
emphatic about that one. I'm
Why not?
emphatic about the Lions.
Okay.
That's the one I'm going to put some
All right,
Jordans on.
877-99 on Fox. Are these anonymous coaches, I should say, being too critical of Aaron Rodgers? Or is this just coach speak, or should we just accept it? The what-if game? We'll continue that conversation next with you. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
To watch Aaron Rodgers take the Steelers to the Super Bowl in the US of A.
Wow.
Ain't happening.
If I was ownership of the Baltimore Ravens last night, I would have fired John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh should be fired as coach of the Baltimore Ravens. This happens, Kelvin, way too often with the talent that they have. Rob G just told you, 17 times they've given up double-digit leads in the second. 17. I get it. He won a Super Bowl. It doesn't mean you're a pope or a Supreme Court justice and you get to have your job forever because you won a Super Bowl. Starting to remind me of Mike McCarthy with the Packers. They won a Super Bowl. Disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. One day you wake up and Aaron Rodgers hasn't won in 10 years. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. Stop giving Harbaugh a pass. Do you remember the playoff game in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs where they had some game plan where Lamar threw the ball every down instead of running? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was another one. I can go on and on and on about the bad situations, the bad losses, and there's one common denominator. It's John Harbaugh. It's time. Stop it. I get it. He won a Super Bowl. What are you going to get? Sometimes you have to make that hard decision. I get it. There aren't that many coaches with a Super Bowl in their back pocket. But, man, this is Lamar's eighth year with John Harbaugh. Keep playing. You'll wake up one day and 10 or 12 years will have gone by, and you'll say, what happened? He never won. If you can't get fired off of a piss-poor finish like that, you can never get fired. Tibbs, Tom Thibodeau, you know why he got fired? Because he had a performance like that. He had gotten the Knicks to the furthest they had gone since Moby Dick was a guppy. And they laid a terrible egg in a big situation. That was supposed to be a revenge redemption game. They were supposed to storm the rest of the NFL after that. 40 points on the road in Buffalo, and they go home with an L. The L they went home with was John Harbaugh. He was the L they went home with.
John Harbaugh definitely gets some of the smoke. You got 17 comebacks when you had a double-digit league over his career. The last 10 years, he's had 8. The issue that I have, couple of things. Number one, they're not gonna specifically the Ravens. The Ravens are kind of operating as an AFC version of what the Green Bay Packers kind of do, also what the Steelers do in their own division, meaning we don't want a lot of chaos. We don't want a bunch of turnover. We don't want a bunch of new GMs and a bunch of head coaches and a bunch of this and a bunch of that. They like stability. That organization has been well run to the tune of all these postseason, getting into the postseason, also getting to Super Bowls over the last, 25 years. They won one early. They won one, give it 10 years ago or so. And they keep giving themselves shots with Lamar Jackson over the last 7-8 years. So the issue I get what you're saying. He has these comebacks on his watch, but you got to be also saying these comebacks are on the watch of Lamar. And I believe Lamar Jackson's best player in football. Been saying it since I've been on this show and before I even got on this show. You and I agree on that. We have that same sentiment. But the onus has to fall on how we believe the best player in the NFL, the guy who has won multiple MVPs and should have won last year as well. He has to find a way in some of these. Now, last night, Derrick Henry did him no justice with the fumble, who had an outstanding game until the fumble. And also, some of the play calling, like, to me, I'm going for it on that fourth down because I have Lamar Jackson.
Did you
I have
watch
Derrick
the
Henry.
defense?
I get two.
Did you watch the defense for the Ravens? That's on Lamar?
No.
No, I'm just saying, like.
No, hold on. I'll let you cook.
Okay,
Let me cook.
I'm asking.
I'm
that's
saying,
all.
so I'm talking a more broader picture because if I have to take the broader picture, if we're firing the coach from a game, you get what I'm saying? So I have to get the broader because Lamar played his butt off like he always does. But some of those 8 double-digit leads in the last 10 years are on Lamar, meaning he was the quarterback of some of those teams. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Trash Talking Tuesday. Thank you for all who called in on that last hour. We appreciate it. As always, be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. Bam! We're looking at you now. You can watch us live on YouTube right now as we speak. That's right. We are simulcasting the show right now on YouTube. At the video, you can see both of us. I'm looking. They got me on the camera right now. Just go to youtube.com/@oddcouplefsr.
Look at this Odd Couple pullover I got on.
That is nice right there. I like that color. That's dope. You can see his pullover right now.
You'll be able to buy your own pullovers, Odd Couple hoodies, pullovers coming up. This is the greatest thing that's ever been done right here. I love this.
Look, I'm reading right here. They didn't have your the Odd Couple promo, the merchandise promo in here.
Okay.
Let me read it. You can get yours too. If you want to look like Rob Parker, make sure you do. Yeah, I got all mine coming up as we get closer and closer to the fall. I don't know how you're doing it right now. I mean, it's a little chilly here, but it ain't that chilly.
No, it's okay. This is lightweight.
It's lightweight.
I just don't want the air blowing.
I do like the cool, the color on that. Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right, so make sure you check it out. Go swing on by youtube.com/@oddcouplefsr. Comment, share, like. We appreciate it all. And we've been working on. We're going to figure out something to make sure you guys can be a part of the show as well. So go subscribe if you haven't already. We got Follow Fair with J.R. Gamble coming up here in about 6 minutes or so. Rob and I are taking a few phone calls. Aaron Rodgers, are folks too critical People overreacting from his good
just
game.
Playing the what-if game, you know?
Yeah. 877-99 on Fox. Take some calls. Rob,
all right, Chris in California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, fellas?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent, man.
Are you kidding? All good.
All good. Well, hey, I had a question. I was just thinking about it. I was driving home from work. I think he had a great game. I think it's the last season. I want to see him go out, with a good season. But I was just wondering, I wonder how many guys are from that Jets team that he was a part of on defense. Because, number one defense goes against number one offense. I wonder how much he saw or kind of knew tendencies of some of these guys, and maybe that helped him out a little bit. I don't know.
You know what, Chris? Somebody brought that up, and I can't remember who was saying it. Who says that he probably knows more about their defensive scheme than probably most quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
I think that plays a role in any situation. When you get a guy, appreciate the call.
Chris,
that's a great point. I mean, you get to go in there, their schemes, their kind of the philosophy of the defense.
That's why the Patriots cheated. Yeah. I mean, like when people. Like you could say, Tom Brady didn't know, but if the coaches know what the tendencies are in the defensive signals,
you're ahead up.
You're ahead up on what plays you're going to call. You don't go. You're not stealing signs for no reason. You're stealing because it can help you if you know what's happening.
If I can save my quarterback having to think, and for Aaron Rodgers, maybe go, I know that for me. Okay, I know what they're doing there. That absolutely helps. Without a doubt. That would help in anything. And you have familiarity with the team, a player, organization, that can help.
Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, in terms of Aaron Rodgers, if he can, goodness gracious, dog, you're going to have to get him trained. But listen, he had a good, I think we might have a little bit of buyer's remorse here with these owners and the scouts. Excuse me, not the owners, but the scouts. Thinking about, you could have got Aaron Rodgers had you wanted to take a high-risk, high-reward bet. That's what the Steelers did. And everyone always said it was never about the talent. It was always about his ability to buy in the team, to stop worrying about his podcast or his Q rating or, all of the subliminal stuff, but just focus on football. And that's what the Steelers appear to have created, that situation where he's bought in the team and he's doing what he needs to do and not worrying about all the extra stuff. And so if that's the case, then the Steelers can be in the hunt in the AFC. Nobody's saying that they're world beaters or Super Bowl champions, but they're going to be a tough team that can show well in that division and possibly get a first-round bye or home field advantage. And then it's going to be, it's going to be nip and tuck with them going forward. So I don't think that we need to have anything being critical right now. I think that it should be more in terms of what the Steelers' potential is and what they could possibly do. That needs to be the prevailing narrative. Thanks for taking the call.
Thanks, Dre. Appreciate
Go get that dog some puppy chow or something.
How about a muzzle? Hey. Alex in New York, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
You don't like dogs.
What's up, Alex?
Oh my God, guys, I'm so mad. I am so angry right now, guys. Aaron Judge hit his 359th home run to pass Yogi Berra for the 5th spot all time on the Yankees home run list. Game was tied 2-2. All of a sudden, it's 11-2. The Tigers are killing the Yanks. This is absolutely embarrassing. I think I'm done, Rob. I think I'm done going to the Bronx, man. It's so bad.
Alex, come on. It's just one game. Stop.
I knew you were going to say
Stop. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
We got 18 left. We got 18 games left, man.
I don't know.
Gotta win the division.
If you look at it, the Blue Jays are losing. They didn't lose any ground.
Rob, I went to my first World Series game last year, and I want to go to another one. And,
what does this have to do with Aaron Rodgers?
I'm losing faith, Rob.
Please call on MLB Bros time.
Hang in there, Alex. Hang in there. I just saw the call. I didn't know that was up there.
You had him call from MLB Bro phone.
Was that a bat phone? Was that an MLB Bro phone?
Not at all.
You need to know.
Hey, shout out to you. Thank you for the calls. We appreciate it. File Affair with J.R. Gamble coming up in just a bit. Right now, Steve DeSager. What's trending?
Tigers with 9 runs in the top of the 7th for that 11-2 lead going to the 8th
9
at
runs,
Yankee
no
Stadium.
hits.
It's just everybody got on base. I think it was 9 in a row on base to start the inning. There was an earlier Aaron Judge homer, his 44th of the season. At Toronto, it's Astros 3-1 over the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 7th. The Houston starter, Luis Garcia, left in the 2nd inning with an arm injury called a sore elbow. He is coming off Tommy John rehab. Pirates tied 2-2 in the top of the 11th at Baltimore. Cubs lead 6-1 at Atlanta in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs outfielder Kyle Tucker was placed on the injured list finally with a strained calf. Brewers tied 1-1 at Texas now in the top of the fifth inning. Cleveland won its fifth in a row, 2-0 over Kansas City. The Phillies have just beaten the Mets 9-3. That means the first place Phils are up 9 games over the Mets in the NL East standings, and Kyle Schwarber hit his 50th homer of the year. Winning pitcher Ranger Suarez went 6 scoreless innings with 12 strikeouts. Among the many late games starting up in a half an hour, the Dodgers host Colorado. Dodger catcher Will Smith returns from a bruised hand. LA first in the NL West, just 1 game over the Padres, who are hosting Cincinnati tonight. And Michael King's on the mound for San Diego, finally off the injured list after shoulder and knee problems. The 49ers place tight end George Kittle on injured reserve. He's had a bad hamstring, hurt in the first half of the opener, so he'll miss at least 4 games. San Francisco wave kicker Jake Moody, who they spent a third-round draft choice on a couple years ago. The league will not suspend Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter further for spitting, having already missed the opener. He forfeits 1 game check. The Steelers signed safety Jabril Peppers, ex of New England. Deshaun Elliott is out with an MCL strain. Atlanta signed kicker John Parker Romo to the practice squad. Green Bay gave wide receiver Christian Watson a 1-year extension. He's recovering from a torn ACL. The Chicago Bulls re-signed guard Josh Giddey to a 4-year deal worth $100 million. Back to you.
All right, Steve. Hey, appreciate you. Have a great night. It's the Odd Couple. Rob and Kelvin on a trash talking a Tuesday. Thanks for all the calls on that. Achy knees, stiff back joints not cooperating. Well, some days your body is like, no. And on those days, luckily, there is Aleve. With just 1 pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving. Please use as directed. It's time now for Foul or Fair with J.R. Gamble.
That ball is. It was a big week in the big leagues.
Who's up? I don't believe it! My, oh my!
Is it foul or is it fair? And now, from MLBBro.com, here's J.R. Gamble.
That's right. It is Foul or Fair here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio segment. We go around the diamond and discuss all the biggest headlines in Major League Baseball. In order to do so properly, we had to bring in a real baseball expert, a guy who, surprisingly, Rob has more love for than Aaron Judge. None other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, J.R. Gamble.
What's up, fellas?
I've only known JR since he was in college.
Well, I don't know. Is he 26 or 56? I don't know. How old are you, JR?
Real quick, Rob, who brings in more money to the website? Aaron Judge or J.R. Gamble?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, wow.
That's a gamble.
Let's go.
Well, Gamble is the glue, but Judge.
I love it.
He's the glue, but Judge is the moneymaker.
I love it.
That's the cash cow.
He's the moneymaker.
We love Aaron Judge. All right, so it is MLBBros.com. JR Gamble here with the Odd Couple. I got 3 baseball topics, and because JR is the star of this segment, he gets the first crack at every single one, so let's get to it. JR, with injuries and general ineffectiveness derailing their pitching staff, the Mets have decided to go with the 6th-man rotation down the stretch, including 3 rookies. Here's an easy question for you. With the Mets currently sitting 3 games up on the Giants coming into Tuesday night, is it foul or fair to say the Mets will not, NOT, make the postseason?
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
I mean, I think the Mets have enough to hold on, and hold off the San Francisco Giants for that final wild card spot. I think naturally a 6-man rotation is not ideal, and you don't know what you're going to get with the rookies. But the Mets have, a tendency of going and using the same arms over and over again, even when they aren't pitching well, like Minaya recently. So it benefits them to have options, especially because those young arms look like they have a lot of potential. So you might grab lightning in a bottle from 1 or 2 of them. I think at this point, fellas, tell me if I'm wrong. Every rotation from the Dodgers to the Yankees to the Tigers, they have huge question marks when it comes to playoff performance.
I'm going to say it's fair.
It's a fair ball.
I just like they just got blowed out against the Phillies. They just
They're
don't have. Yes, but there are 18 games to go, and you're asking rookie pitchers to pitch in big games in September, and pitching in August or your first time up and the first time around is cool, and you might be able to fool some people. But man, they might make adjustments, and you might wind up losing with some of these kids. You can't bank on 3 kids getting you into the playoffs. I say it's fair.
Yeah, I'm going fair, and I'll tell you why.
A fair ball.
I'm just going to add to Jerry, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to add to everything that you guys were just saying. But look, the issue is this for me. I'm looking at the big series you have, right? It's one thing you got rookie pitchers. All right, we're playing in some inferior competition. You got the Padres. We know they're fighting for their playoff lives. You got the Phillies, who have obviously leading the division and have had really good season. And then you got the
game lead over the Mets.
Exactly. Then you got the Cubs as well, who are right there fighting in that the Central there. So to me, it's not just who's pitching, it's who they're pitching against, and they got some tough series coming up. So I think it is fair.
All right, question number two. Question number two, Fowler Fair. JR Gamble with the odd couple. JR with 18 games left to play. Coming into Tuesday, the big dumper Cal Raleigh, greatest nickname in sports. Currently just 7 dingers short of the big 6-0. Lest we forget, only 6 guys in baseball history have ever hit at least 60 homers, and half of them have been linked to the juice. So, JR, here's the question. Foul or fair to say that if Raleigh gets to 60, he should automatically win the AL MVP?
Rob won't like this, but fair.
It's a fair ball.
I mean, listen, it's hard to hit 60 homers and not win the MVP award. You said it yourself. Bonds, McGuire, Sosa, Judge, Maris, Ruth, and maybe the big dumper. So if you can get over the fact that Aaron Judge is batting 80 points higher, slugging almost 100 points higher, and has an OPS almost 170 points higher, then why not? I mean, home runs aren't the measure of greatness, but Raleigh's a catcher, which enhances his accomplishments historically, no doubt. And if he could get to 60, then that would be a feat, that's hard to give Judge the MVP, even with all his accolades. It would be hard to overcome a catcher with 60 homers, I think.
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
I don't think that you could just off of 60 home runs. There used to be a player called Dave Kingman who almost hit 500 home runs, and I'm convinced he would have hit 5 home runs. He would have been the first player with 500 home runs not to make it to the Hall of Fame because he batted 235 as a hitter. And there's more to go with it. The Mariners are struggling to even make it into the postseason, despite this year he's had. The batting average, it's the WAR, it's the OPS. If you're this new baseball writer and all these numbers matter, then I don't know how you're going to look at that and then just say it's just the 60 home runs. It's got to be more than that. And if he was batting decent, he's not batting. Aaron Judge is batting 100, almost 180 points more than him. That's a ton of.
I mentioned that. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to go. This is a tough one, but I'm going to go. It is foul.
That is a foul ball.
Despite you look at the numbers, and to go back to what Riley's doing, also the RBI, being the leader there, and playing obviously great defensively as a catcher as well. But I just think with Aaron Judge, I think we're going to look at the run that he's on. And you just this 6-7 year run that he has been on has been insane, and you expect a slump to happen. It really hasn't. You expect him to just become simply a slugger. That's not the case. He's batting for average as well. So I think when you're looking at, especially in a sport that is so historical, I think they're going to put in the context, wow, this man had not saying Barry Bonds, but I'm saying that kind of run, and I think it'll be appreciated. And last point, what I argue about with Rob in football and maybe even basketball is not the case in baseball, because I think they have 2 different leagues, fatigue and an MVP. If this was NFL, I'd be like, yeah, they'd be like, all right, man, Aaron Judge has enough, give it to somebody else. In baseball, because you can separate, have different leagues, I think Aaron Judge can still win.
All right, we save the best for last. JR Gamble here with the odd couple, Fowler Fair. JR, with the Dodgers losing no-hit bids in the 9th twice in a span of 3 days.
Crazy.
We are now dangerously close to ending the MLB season without a no-hitter for the first time since 2005. In fact, JR, the number of no-nos has gone down in each of the last 4 seasons. So here it is. Foul or fair to say the days of multiple no-hitters a year are officially over?
Fair.
It's a fair ball.
But naturally, why would that be the case? It's weird discussing things like no-hitters when nobody finishes games anymore, but I'll go into the question. It's surely not because guys are hitting the ball more, right, that we won't see no-hitters, because they're making less contact than they ever have, probably in history. So no-nos have gone down because it's a feat that's usually executed by one dominant pitcher who goes 9 innings. So, and completes the game. There's no such thing anymore. So a pitcher who gets a no-hitter is usually an elite pitcher who's among the best in the sport. We have had a couple no-hitters by committee, but who cares about those? Those aren't real. So they're even less likely now. You can't expect 2 or 3 pitchers to be in no-hit zone all at once. That's not what a no-hitter ever was, and that's not what it will ever be. So, no, you're not going to see any no-hitters anymore as long as we have starting pitchers pitching less and less and less innings. It's not that type of performance. It's for one pitcher to go 9.
Yeah, I say foul.
That is a foul ball.
We almost had to. I mean, I was watching, like the home run that Holiday hit. I mean, that was as close as you can get, and they allowed Yamamoto to stay in the whole game, right, and throw the most pitches that he threw. And I think managers will adjust on guys if you're pitching, right, not to take him out. He had a no-hitter going. It was the most pitches he had thrown since he came to the United States, and they didn't balk at it. Now, once he gave up the hit, the home run, okay, now you come out. But they allowed him to give him a chance to get it. So I think there will be no hitters.
I'm going fair.
They take
That's a fair ball.
The reason I go fair, I mean, it's just JR hit on so many different things. I think what you're saying, Rob, I totally give it. I think it's so far in between. You have teams who genuinely don't care. Like, it used to be the gut instinct. It used to be the love of the game. It used to be that even managers wanted cool moments to happen. Like, hey, I know this is a game, but this is a cool moment. Let's try to have X happen. Now managers like, nah, and it's not just them. Obviously, it's GM saying, we don't even care. We're not even looking at that. We're playing the long game. So I don't think that happens. Priority change in sports all the time. You can be 2 for 10 from 3 in the NBA. They say shoot another one. Whereas that would never be the case. Hey, how many strikeouts? Doesn't matter. As long as he hits a home run in baseball. So priorities change. I don't think general managers and managers care about no hitters anymore.
That's foul or fair.
JR, man, appreciate you as always.
You know how much young pitching talent there is in the big leagues? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Big facts. You and I sit here. We got all the games
on.
on.
Ton of.
But don't you agree? You and I can talk about it a little further here.
They sign up anybody that can throw 90.
Yeah.
They don't even care if you can really pitch. How about that?
They're like,
it is about the heat. All right, my man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Later.
All right, we got last call on the way, 877-99 on Fox.
And if you want to go ahead and get off on Kelvin and rip him, go ahead and last call.
Wait, why do they want to rip me?
Just for your performance tonight. It just was not.
Kelvin Washington. Don't be mad because
mediocre at best.
Don't be mad because it was trash talking Rob Tuesdays.
It was like halfway, like a sideways thumb.
I wish Monty was here because this is how they hit you today. It's okay, man. I still listen. You know what's funny? I still love you no matter what.
Okay, all right.
Okay. You about to call me Ephraim?
Ephraim, yeah, please.
Listen to all that love you got despite. That's family. In spite and despite, we still love you. Last call, 877-99
Did you see when Ephraim
on Fox.
said it? I threw up in my mouth. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you did. No, you literally did. Blood clot. Your mic, your blue light was on, which means the mic was on. You said your mic was off.
No, my mic was off, Alex. There was a snafu.
I had to turn it on for you, yeah.
Yes, there was a snafu.
Something happened.
Yep. Exactly.
It's because we're on YouTube, technical stuff.
That's what it was. Now they blaming you, Elijah.
And then
crazy.
I wanted to get right to the football. It's football season. People care about football. They don't want all that chit-chatty and all that stuff.
That's what it is.
Well, Rob, remember, it's easy to blame somebody you don't know. I don't know who Elijah is.
Exactly.
Dang. Elijah's taking shots. You're doing a great job on this YouTube.
Who?
All right, so hey, let's go. Last call time.
You don't want chit-chat. Can we get to it? 877-99 on Fox. Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance. Your call's important to us. Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
If you're a Lions fan, you should be concerned. And I'm not talking about just one game. This is a precursor. Look at the schedule and what they have coming up. The division is tougher. There's a lot of stuff to look at. Jared Goff, we've seen the show, we've seen the act, and Ben Johnson is now in Chicago, right? And we saw the offense. What did you think of the offensive play calling yesterday?
Oh, absolutely. It was beyond conservative and boring. And you can tell the difference.
And here's the other part.
There's no denying
We talked about this. The offensive line. Hello. Did you see the offensive line? Don't you have 2 new players on the offensive line? You had one of their long-standing
retired.
Who retired on them, like unexpectedly, right?
Yep.
And who did they just lose
Ragnar,
today, right?
Go ahead.
Didn't they just lose another offensive lineman today for the season?
Yeah. Brother, I forgot I get his name. But anyway, go ahead.
But you get my point.
Yep.
There are just a lot of things here and that I don't like about the Lions going forward. And I really believe, and I know you thought I was just being Rob and going crazy when I said that they're not going to make I'm not the only one. I've seen a couple other analysts out there, which was interesting to me, but I was like one of the first ones, Rob G. I'm going to take credit, but I have seen a few other who have now started to say that they also think the Lions will take a major step back. And yesterday was, to me, was like proof positive. When I watched that and I looked at it, I said, this is what I thought I was going to see, where the offense wasn't going to be the same. What Ben Johnson did with that offense the last few years, I don't think that you could just say it's just the players and without him it doesn't matter. He didn't get the job in Chicago because it was just the players and nobody thinks what he does matters. And I think that's what you have to be afraid of if you're the Lions, and whether or not Jared Goff without him, because Ben Johnson has helped, as you were just talking about in Minnesota, has helped people turn it around. And the same thing, Jared Goff, I don't know what quarterback he's really going to be or if he's going to be more of the same. And obviously, if you don't have an offensive line to help protect you, you're going to be in trouble.
That's more concerning with Jared Goff, because what we're seeing now, the new model of quarterback, you got to be mobile. That's like a standard now. That comes with it. It used to be, wow, an anomaly. This quarterback can run. Now, everybody can run. You watch Bowden now, pick Bo Nix, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Even Russell Wilson still has some mobility. Patrick Mahomes can run. I mean, going on and on. Jared Goff is one of the last standing up QBs, traditional 1980s style of quarterback, 90s style of quarterback. So if you don't have an offensive line, that's concerning. However, where I actually look at this is where we looked at it differently. I looked at the Packers and said, that was a top 6 defense when it came to scoring. I believe that was a top 10 in just about every category defensively. Very young, got really good linebackers. They can get after the quarterback. And they added Micah Parsons. And then also you have, of course, with the young receivers that are growing, coming of age, mixed with Love there, Jordan Love. So to me, I looked at the Packers, and I was like, man, the Packers look like they're about business. The Packers look like they want to win this division and obviously see where they go in the postseason. Now, a couple of things I don't agree with you on. Or not, I won't say agree. We'll have to wait and see when it comes to the division. Because on paper, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know that the Bears are going to be good. I got to see. Also, the Vikings. They went, 14-3? So I absolutely should be taking a step back. Not that they should be terrible, but I don't expect them to be 14-3. So meaning the Lions aren't competing with last year's Vikings. They're not competing with the Bears because we don't know what the Bears are. The Packers, absolutely. I expect them to be a postseason team before any of this happened, and now it looks like they should be for sure. The concern for the Lions is getting back to what they do best, is running the ball, because that creates everything.
Run the ball.
That's the thing that creates everything for them. If they can't run the ball, then they can't get the play action, then they can't get the separation, and that's how they had the fear of the run is what makes every other team struggle with them. Fox Sports Radio. One more time for you boys. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Do your summer plans. Yes, there's still a little bit of summer left. I think we got officially like a week or so. Do they include a new job? Want to work with an expert in your local job market to find the right role? Just call your local Express employment professionals. Go to expresspros.com, and Express never charges job seekers a fee. Man, this is when people say they miss the old Kanye.
I miss the old Ye.
That's what they say right here. What about this? Rob G, we got a few more minutes before we get out of here. And this is dedicated to you, Rob G. Yeah, you, because it has you written all over it. Grumpier old men. There's nothing that makes you happier than a bunch of old men and old movies and old people and working at Costco and doing old people things.
Playing pocket pool.
At Costco.
At Costco. That's ridiculous.
What, Alex?
6 years single.
What?
Just 6 years single. By then, we'll have like AI. We'll have the AI Rob at that point. 6 years. But
okay,
I digress.
Sorry about that.
No, you're going. No. That's actually, it was funny. We got Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft been throwing subs at each other, been little subtle things here and there, or direct things here and there. Now we get this new one where you got UNC, and they're not. Bill Belichick said, I'm not letting people from the Patriots in because, dang it, they're not letting us in the facility and around them.
Yeah, this is the craziest thing ever because I would think as a collegiate head football coach, your goal would be to get your guys to the next level. And Bill's like, yeah, we want to get you to the NFL, just not to the Patriots.
31 teams, not 32.
That's right, them. Because Bill Belichick, after his first win of the season on Saturday again with North Carolina, was asked about this report because it had just been a report. Nobody had confirmed anything at this point. Said, hey, we've heard, Bill, that you have basically banned Patriots scouts from coming to your facility to check out your players. And Bill says directly to the media, yes, it's obvious I'm not welcome at their facility, so they are not welcome at ours.
He sounds so pissy.
It's weird.
I just
it's
like
just
like what?
But Rob, it gets worse. Okay?
I mean, so what do you want? You're not there anymore. You were there for 25 years. Like, we get it. Like move on. What? I'm not welcome there. Welcome there for what? You're at North Carolina.
Here's the worst part of the whole thing is Mike Vrabel was asked about it during his multiple media interviews, one of them with the press conference, one of them on a radio show on WEEI. And he asked them about it, and Vrabel's like, Belichick, to the best of my knowledge, came to Tom's ceremony. So, no, he is not banned from the Patriots facility. So somebody's lying. Somebody's telling the truth. Either way, it seems very petty
but it might not
point.
be that. Like the ceremony's fine, but he might have had access before we could go and do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, carte blanche maybe.
Yeah,
right? Do whatever, go whatever.
Like, no, it's still coach. Yeah, you just come in whenever you want. No, you can't come in whenever you don't work here anymore. Like I think that might be the part where. Like the key card, and he can't get in.
He looked like he got kicked off on Hard Knocks. He got cut from the team. Yeah, man.
I think that's what it is. But guys get, Kelvin, once you're out of here, they're not going to let you have a key card.
I don't know.
Our anniversary's next Tuesday.
It is. I don't know. Don is my guy. I tell you what, Hollywood, that's my guy. Shout out to Scott, too. No, the thing about this, too, I just don't like that what made Bill is what's been changing. Distractions and talking about outside things. And who do they play next, Rob G? I don't know who they play, but it should be we're on to fill in the blank next week, right? We got our butts kicked.
For him to even comment on that tells you where his head is.
He's not. He's checked out.
That would be something like, dude, I'm not interested in that. Like,
he's checked out.
Like what? Are we talking about
Richmond,
North Carolina, or talk about you're playing Richmond or whoever the school is? The cupcake that you have next week. I mean, come on.
It better be a cupcake. It better be a cupcake. Dang it, that better be a Susie's Cakes. They better not barely win or get smoked.
No, isn't it Susie Q?
No, Susie Cat's out here. I think she's elsewhere.
Susie
By the way,
Q's?
she got to relax. Shout out to Susie and all, but I feel like you went in there to get a little birthday, my birthday a couple weeks back. My wife and then we got a few cookies in a little cup. I said, excuse me? How much?
It's outrageous.
Shout out to Porto's. Porto's still holding it down. Rob G, you about that Porto life. Holding it down. Quality and good prices. But Bill Belichick, that's how I know he's checked out. He ain't on to Richmond. He's in the past. Rear view mirror. The windshield is bigger for a reason. Focus on the future, not the past. Bars. I'm just going to hold the bars.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?